to Watson to a one-score game.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rushing. Bill, the Packer fan and Packer owner, Nick, they run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
2 great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling what
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than 1.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to Bill and Nick, their website and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball off. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the wrist, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Frozen Tundra Network. And yesterday, we had a huge rivalry game between the Packers and the Bears, and we're going to talk about it tonight. We got a Lions fan. We got a Bears fan on here. We got our fellow Packers fans on the panel. We even have a Packers fan who chose the Bears to win yesterday. So we're going to get to all of that. I just want to say, if you're a Packers fan, be happy today. If you're a Bears fan, it sucks that you guys lost yesterday, but your team, in my opinion, is way better than the Vikings, so you should be third, not fourth. That's just my opinion. You guys are looking better. I was actually a little worried during the game yesterday because so much shit had happened. The fumble from Jordan Love. I got to be honest, some of the calls from the refs I was not very fond of. But
that was definitely not a first down.
Yep. And I got
that was a bad call.
When DJ Moore caught that pass on third down, that looked like he dropped it. How does Bo Melton not have a catch, but DJ Moore had I don't know. I was very confused by that. But my point is the Bears looked a lot better at the end of the year, so you guys do have a lot to look forward to. Green Bay looked like the better team yesterday. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with Woody. Welcome to the show, Woody. Thank you for being on. Woody is an awesome Bears fan. You go ahead and start us off.
Yeah, like I said, I picked the Packers to win. I thought it would be a little bit more higher scoring game, but we won this year with field goals on one game, but we couldn't do it again. Just got to score points. It's just we had to stop Reed, which killed us with these long plays. You know, Melton, 2 touchdowns, Melton? Was it Melton, correct?
No, it was Wicks.
That was
Wicks. Aaron Jones with another 100 yards. Without Christian Watson, and that defensive line was just disgusting against us. So, like I said, hats off to you guys, and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So let's go ahead, because we'll get to all the Packers fans. Let's go ahead and move it to Jeremy, who is an awesome Lions fan. Thank you for being on the show, Jeremy. What did you think about yesterday?
I think you guys should have put up 30. I saw a couple mistakes. I hope that doesn't come to haunt you in the playoffs, but I'm not scared of Dallas for you guys. I think it's going to be a good game. It can be a close game. You guys can beat them. We gave you what the formula to beat them in their house. Because
you guys did shut them down.
You just have to really, really make sure your eligible offensive lineman make sure it's all eligible.
And kick the field goal instead of going for it.
We got it on the first play. That was a bullshit call.
But still, man. After they didn't make it, Dan Gamble should have went and tied the game.
His ego got the best of him.
He should have tied the game up, man, and gave him a chance. That's all.
Like I said yesterday, some of the aggressive coaches could fucking hurt you.
Yeah.
That's what Canada is. Yep.
He did it. He did it in the Bears Packers game. He did it in the Bears game. He's just too aggressive. You got to learn that. To calm that down.
I said it on my game preview that the Lions were going to win by a minimum of 7 points. I think they were going to get to 31 because they don't have Patterson missing the extra point this time. They got 30 again. But 2 games in a row, we got 30 on them. We only let them put up 20 this time. Why? We didn't let Jefferson get in the end zone twice.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about the coaching aspect, I do like the way that LaFleur calls his plays and the motions that we use and all these things that he does for the offense in general. I do wish, because I'm not a fan of the way that Dan Campbell necessarily does everything, I do wish that Campbell and LaFleur could kind of mold together. I think that would be like a perfect balance, because you have the nicest guy who doesn't yell at his coaching staffers, players, and then you have the other guy who is going to
great motivator.
He's going to bite your kneecaps off, right? So if you could meld these two guys together, I feel like you'd have like the perfect balance of coaching. This,
DCs that are aggressive, that are out there, because I know this is something that Packer fans have said all season they want. Wink Martindale just got released from the Giants. And
did they let him go? I thought they were going to keep him.
Nope, they let him go. Mike Caldwell was released from the Jaguars. Both of those are aggressive 3-4, 4-3 hybrid defensive coordinators. If they both end up in the North, because I still think AG has got 2 jobs on the table now, because the Raiders have asked him to come in for an interview, and also the Redskins have came in to ask him for an interview.
Don't say the Redskins, Jeremy.
Since we're
You
speaking
can't
about
say that on
I love that
live.
you said Redskins. I just gotta say.
I know
I can't. It's like Twitter. I can't call it X. I get it.
Yeah, but I think that was Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was going to Chargers before that.
Yeah, I really thought that Ben Johnson would be getting a lot of head coaching
Ben
opportunities.
Johnson also has been called on about by the Redskins. And
Chargers.
I know that Dave Pepper's got a pepper sprayed hard on for Johnson too. He tried to get him last year. He'll try again. He'll probably throw him that $15 million he wants.
Yeah, let me ask you a question on that, Jeremy. Are you concerned about Ben Johnson leaving?
No, not really, because if Ben Johnson leaves, I think that is the perfect time to deal Goff and look for somebody that would be a coordinator that would be better suited for a more athletic quarterback.
Hendon Hooker.
Exactly. I mean, we drafted him in the 3rd round. If we weren't going to either start him this coming season or the next one, we would not have put him off the NFI. We'd have left him on the NFI all year, so his rookie clock didn't start till next season.
So let me ask you this, though. With all of that, do you think after watching what the Packers have done that maybe Hooker just should sit down for like another year or two and kind of just learn? Because Goff is at least good enough that you can learn some positive things from the way that he plays quarterback, right?
I don't want him to learn the bad habits from Goff. I watched a lot of Hendon Hooker at Tennessee, and he has a lot of those same tendencies already as a quarterback.
It's possible he doesn't learn the negative things, though. Like, for example, Jordan Love. I'm noticing that Jordan Love is doing things the opposite way of Aaron Rodgers when it came to those negative things. So
Jordan Love has Tom Clemens. That's the big fucking difference. Tom Clemens is a fucking quarterback whisperer, man.
Okay.
And
Yes, he is.
Don't forget who
Love still does some of that stuff where he
one thing Jordan Love does, he looks for the checkdowns. Rodgers doesn't.
He does, but he still has the arm talent where he can jump off both. He can throw 45 yards like he did the week before up when he's in the air because he has that arm talent like Favre and Rodgers did. So he can still do that stuff sometimes, which is special.
And it's just like the Lions fans that are coming in and saying, "Oh God, Stafford's coming back. He's my favorite quarterback." Oh yeah. Stafford has a million miles of arm talent, but he has like trained by Mattel when it comes to being a quarterback. He doesn't make good decisions, which is why he had, 35 total fourth quarter interceptions in his career. And in crucial game situations, which cost teams games, including the Rams. Everybody acts like he's been perfect.
So you're saying Rams by 10? Rams by 10, you're saying?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, this Rams, man, this Rams-Lions game is going to be a good one. Seriously.
I think Rams are going to win. I really do.
I think the Rams are going to win. And I think there's a reason they put the Packers and the Rams on the same day is because they were like, hey, the Rams might pull off an upset. And Dallas, while they're 8-0 at home, they're beatable, man. They barely squeaked by Seattle. They barely squeaked by Detroit. They're not that great of a team.
We're going to get to these matchups soon. Let's do this real quick.
The reason why the Rams started winning is because they ran the ball well. What is the
Kyren Williams, get back.
defense
Yeah, Kyron Williams was out for a while.
I'm gonna get to Woody on a question real quick, and then we'll go to Rob and Ken and then John. After yesterday, what happened? And I know we heard from you what you expected, regardless of what happened in the game. But I want to know your thoughts now because it's possible things may have changed. What do you think happens with Justin Fields at this point?
He progressed all year. I know with the turnovers. We did play a clean game yesterday. We had no turnovers yesterday. But like I said, it was the play calling. I still think 85%, which is pretty high, that we're keeping Justin Fields and then drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 1.
And you're saying that not just on like what you think should happen. You're saying that that's from what you're seeing in Chicago. That's what you think realistically happened.
Absolutely. All these rumors that we got to get Caleb Williams, please just stop. I'm sick of Caleb. We're not going to get May. We're not going to draft another basketball school quarterback, Trubisky. So I'm thinking that, Eberflus, with what he did to the defense, it's going to save his job. Getsky's gone. We're going to bring a new coordinator in. I don't know, Eberflus, Frank Reich got fired. He could be coming back to be an offensive coordinator. Ron Rivera with Washington, he'd be probably a great defensive.
He's an ex-Bear too. Look at that.
Probably gonna have Bill Belichick out there somewhere too. I don't know if that's realistic, but
I think New England's gonna retire his hoodie. So
no, he's not going anywhere. Bill's not going anywhere. He said
Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere. Please.
Here's my problem with Fields, though. Don't you think, like, if you're not entirely sure after 3 years, it's time? Like, he did show progress this year, but are you really sold?
Well, you got to think, though, this is really his second full year.
True. I give you that.
You know what? They give a rule for the Bears saying that if you can't beat the Packers in the first 2 years, you're out of here.
Well, then
I would like to see him with another legit weapon, because outside of Moore, and I like Komet's solid, but outside of Moore.
Yeah, I think Mooney's gone. That's just my opinion. Tyler Scott, he's got to wake the fuck up. This guy's been dropping passes.
What about Brisker with his big fat mouth?
What's that?
What about Brisker with his big mouth?
Yeah,
that was one hell of a stupid take.
They
don't have any stars over there, so you're saying you got beat by a bunch of scrubs?
But as much as I love the shit talk, like, I think after you lost, I think that's just tacky. You know what I mean? It's like, I wouldn't want Jerry Alexander to be saying shit like that after we lost. I'd be like, come on, man. Like, we lost.
Right.
You didn't show up.
And the other thing I was thinking about, too, DJ Moore had a record year. Why would you want to break that tandem up?
Yeah, but
yeah.
But you got to think it's a franchise thing, man. It's a business. It's like
I want to revisit that. How did he have you mean he set personal records for himself?
Yeah, for himself. Yes.
Well, he also was one of the best receivers for a Bears season. Also, he was great.
Absolutely, yes.
And I do think you guys have fallen into a problem where, at the beginning of the season, it did look like the Bears had a really good wide receiver room that was much better than last year. But all of a sudden, towards the end of the year, you started seeing that it was kind of more of a one-man show with good running backs as opposed to a whole receiver room. So
yeah,
I mean,
you guys went away from Komet. I mean, he was your main guy last year.
Yeah, he was our number one receiver.
Devontae Adams effect.
Yeah, he was our number one receiver last year. But you got to think, Fields' first year, he favored Mooney the whole year.
Yeah.
The whole year.
And Mooney did not.
If we get another main target like Marvin Harrison Jr., which I think he could come right onto the squad and do great for a team.
Question for Woody.
Yes,
Do you guys think you
anyway.
went back from 1 to 3? Do you think you guys get Marvin Harrison if you traded from 1 to 3?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what you should do as the Bears. They should flip from 1 to 3, get Marvin Harrison at 3. They're going to get a haul for 1.
Who's
then
at
you
2?
can keep Fields if you want. That's what I think they should do.
Well, then that means they're going to tank for next year.
I think
The Patriots are too.
if you don't choose Marvin Harrison
We can't jump past 3 and still get Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, we draft Marvin Harrison Jr., then we take our pick at 9th or 10th and trade that away for draft capital.
Yeah, more the Cardinals have the number 2 pick. Cardinals will definitely take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the second pick.
That's true. They might at 2. They might keep. Yeah, you're right. They could.
So,
They're keeping Kyler
Washington
Murray.
has the second pick.
Oh,
I don't think
Washington
they should. I don't believe in Murray, but that's another
What do you think the
conversation.
Packers should do with their 32nd pick?
And I thought it was the Patriots.
I'm looking at the full 2024 NFL draft order. It says Chicago, Washington, New England, Arizona.
New England has to get in a quarterback. Zappy, Mac Jones is not the answer. So they're definitely going to get they're going to trade up, want to trade up with us. Even
I
though
don't
we're
think
going after
Washington. I don't think Washington would draft a quarterback. I think they would take Marvin Harrison Jr. if you move out of the first spot.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think the Packers would do with their 32nd pick?
I'm not entirely sure. Like, Howell's okay, but I think I don't know if he's the answer,
I
but
don't think
you're
they're
right.
planning on
They
him.
don't love a guy. They're going to keep Howell.
Right.
There's
And
nothing
John,
wrong
answer
with
your
Howell. I
question.
mean,
John, to answer your question at 32nd pick, I think you guys are going to pick a quarterback.
Quarterback?
You're going to pick a quarterback.
I wouldn't love it if I had Howell. He does make a lot of
The best
mistakes.
time to get a quarterback, we don't need one. So
his name will be Jordan Rodgers.
Yeah, oh my God.
I quit.
Welcome, Janae. Janae is also a Packers fan. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you saw yesterday?
She's married to a Cowboy fan.
Oh,
It's got to be
let's
lovely
not-
at her house.
And you have
not the
same
wine
house
bottle.
as
We
me.
don't want to. We don't want to hear about the wine bottle.
My wife is a Cowboys fan also, so both of our households are going to be very shifty.
Your house is divided.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Your wife is a Cowboys
Hey, you don't
fan.
want to know what my wife likes. I'll tell you right now.
The Niners?
Sheagles.
Oh,
No wonder you don't like them. So that's why you have so much hatred for the Eagles.
Oh, I hated her my whole life. No. This puts a top cherry on the top.
Does she go to the bar to watch the game and then throw beer bottles at people?
No, that's just me.
No, she throws beer bottles inside the house.
Battery-filled snowballs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, throwing batteries at Santa.
Yeah, I'll be worried about the Eagles. I'll be worried about the fan of the Eagles. They don't.
Man, they look bad.
They look terrible, man. Don't worry. They're
Man, how did you get so lucky?
They look like they want to lose. It's like a cry for help the way they're playing.
They got lucky.
It's so bad.
AJ Brown is not happy.
I
You
mean,
see
I
him
know
at a
last
player
game
only.
he's hurt.
to talk about yesterday,
I know last game they rested a bunch of starters.
because I was watching 2 games at one time. I had to watch my husband's game and my game because he had to take my son to Boy Scouts yesterday. So I had to watch 2 games at one time. So the struggle was real up in here. So for me, what I saw in our game, you know, the important game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw a bunch of fuckery. That's what I saw. Okay. Let's start with no flags were thrown. Let's
20.
start with the fact that was not a first down.
50 minutes
Let's
and no
start
flags.
with the unnecessary hit by Owens, but Owens had started running towards
Oh, that was necessary. No, he
Fields,
didn't do that.
but-
That wasn't a bad shot.
That should have been a flag.
that should have been a flag.
That wasn't a bad shot. He split legs.
It was shoulder to shoulder. It was shoulder to shoulder.
Because the way that they showed it on the camera, it looked like he hit him head first. The way they showed it on the
his head
first
just
angle.
snapped. He hit him shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, the first
Okay.
thing, the first angle was bad.
Yeah, the first angle was pretty bad.
Mhm.
But that should have been a penalty per the rule and everything.
Yeah.
We've seen, right? It should have been a penalty.
Yeah, I agree on the replay. It didn't look like it was a penalty, but
How does a guy
during
pull up
live
though, man, when he's
action,
already
I would have
committed to
even
it?
called that a
I
penalty.
mean, how do you do that?
The kicker, Lord have mercy, the kicker. Lord, we need Jesus
We don't talk about
and
the
all
kicker on
12
this
of his
fucking show.
disciples to come down to touch this man's foot, Lord, because he is a mess. I'm going to need him to get it together.
We don't talk about the kicker on this fucking show.
See, the problem is that Rob needs to wear the bag for one of the full shows.
I've been talking about him since fucking preseason. I had to wear a bag on my head because the one time he goes perfect is the first 2 games of the fucking season. He doesn't miss anything.
Well, put the bag back on.
No,
I
I'm
do
telling you.
want to mention something about kickers real quick that really did scare me for a second. The Bears kicker.
Dallas's kicker didn't do too well either.
When the Bears
Cairo
kicker
Santos is
pointed
the
and
Bears
went in, I
MVP of
went,
the
"Oh,
season.
shit."
Yeah.
That's not good.
He won them games, bro. He won them games. He kept them in it.
Give me my championship. I'm good.
He's their MVP. He's got to be their MVP.
That's what's up. No, the game. If I'm being totally honest, and Woody, I'm sure that you would agree at some certain level that Green Bay should have won by a lot more in that game.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
left so many
Before
points.
the fucking
We
half,
left so
what
many
happened?
points.
We should have got
Yeah.
at least a touchdown, a
Two.
field goal,
We had two
something
drop
before the
touchdowns.
quarter ended on the half. We should have been up. We should have
That's the
been
stuff we
up.
can't do against Dallas. I know we're going to get into it later,
Okay,
but
thank
we
you.
can't leave
Thank you,
points against
because
Dallas.
now that you brought that up, let me go ahead and run it down, break it down like a fraction. Okay, you have people on Dallas's defense like Michael Parsons, okay, and Lawrence, okay, and Bland that will capitalize on a mistake like that.
True,
We
but I do
cannot.
think-
We
I do
cannot do that against Dallas's defense.
I think
Well,
that
the
they will
problem is
cream
also
us.
they're going to put up points, so we can't leave
We
points
can't
on the
do
board. That's
We
the only
can't
big concern I
afford
have.
to
That's
turn
the
over
stupid
the
kicker.
No period. No
Yeah. I think
fumbles,
we did
no
very well.
nothing.
One thing about it, when
defensive line.
Zach is on his back because of our pressure up in front, you ain't
I
going to
think,
worry
I
about
think we
that.
just did well against.
I mean,
a
if we
defensive
keep
line
putting
that's actually
pressure on
terrible.
Prescott, because let's just be honest, he really can't throw worth the fuck when pressure is on him.
And
So
their
they
running
just,
game's not
if
good.
Derrick
Running
gets in
off.
there and
Their
Clark
running
gets
I-
in there,
I
lights
actually
out.
think this is a lot like
Lights
the
out.
Bears game, where if we can run the ball on Dallas, you can run the ball on them. And
Thank
I
you.
live near
Thank
and
you.
here's the funny thing: I live near Dallas, so I watch the most of the Packers
Oh, I live in Dallas
and the
too,
Cowboys
so,
because
yeah.
I hate them,
We should have rolled.
and they're on all the
Jones,
time.
all
If we can
the
run on them,
yards.
I think we can win this
And
game.
Plus,
General.
and plus
Have you
Dallas-
gone to the Packers bar downtown? Have you gone to the Packers bar? My husband actually took me for St. Patrick's Day. He took me to a Packers bar and he actually wore green.
That's
So
legit.
I actually think our offensive line just did very well against a very comparable
Mm-hmm.
defensive line. That
For
Bears
sure.
defensive line is
For
one of
sure.
the best in
To
the league
hold
in
them
the
off like
Yeah.
that and not get no touchdowns, I was very impressed.
And
I also
that's one of the
think
ways
this
you
is
take Micah
very-
Parsons out. You run
I
right
also
at him.
think this game is very comparable for us to the Bears game as well, because
Mhm.
if we can stop their running game, which is doable, even though the Bears have
Here-
a much better running game than the Cowboys.
Yeah.
All we have
Yeah,
to
if
really
we
do
if we stop
stop-
Tony Pollard, we can do it. If we stop Tony Pollard and if
But-
Jair covers CeeDee Lamb, it's our
CeeDee
game.
Lamb.
I'm telling you.
If we just
Stop
slow CD
DJ
Lamb down a
Morgan.
little,
all
we
we
still-
have to
if
do
we-
is stop DJ
A lot.
Morgan.
Put
but a
man to
much
man
better
on him.
DJ.
Put man to man on him. Make sure he can't catch nothing.
And
Nada.
that's fine. But again, the comparable side is that we're doing the same thing that we did to the Bears. We have to stop DJ Moore first and foremost, and everything else should fall into place. If we can stop CeeDee Lamb, if Jared
If we break him down like a fraction, there goes the whole O line.
I don't know,
Then we-
man. You guys, it's going to be more than stopping CD Lamb. They got a pass game over there. They got other
we're
guys
saying-
they throw the
I'm
ball
saying-
to.
Yeah,
I
they
agree with
do.
Robert too.
They do.
If we can
They
stop
do.
their other weapons,
Stop
even if CeeDee Lamb
DJ.
gets his, I
Stop
think we can win this game.
DJ. We're
Look at
gonna
the Detroit
stop
game.
Lamb.
So,
Easy as
so
that.
Jeremy's got
CeeDee
his
Lamb
hands
had
up.
230 yards.
We're gonna go.
If we can
Jeremy.
slow
Jeremy
down
got your hand
everybody
up. Go
else.
ahead.
Sorry, man.
Said, let CD Lamb eat between the 20s, shut him down in the red zone.
There you go.
You shut down everybody else. We let him have a career high in yardage and only one touchdown.
Yeah, but he fumbled that one right next into the end zone. I mean,
Yeah, he
was right
did.
there.
He would have had two on you guys. He did fumble one.
Yeah,
That,
right in the end zone.
you know, that's because
Look, man. All you can do is take away their best guys and hope that you
And
can
also,
cover the
Love
rest.
has to get that ball out quicker because Dallas's defense has got speed. So he has to get that ball out quick and effectively. See your target, throw it. You don't see your target, run it.
Between the Vikings and the Bears, they got very good defenses, and they're good, blitz happy, and Love is just fine against that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm not
with
worried
how
about that at
our
all.
offensive line is,
Ed
I'm
Bryant
not too worried about their pass rush.
Any of you guys going to the game?
Yes, I just got
I
my
want
ticket
to.
10 minutes
I'm
ago.
broke. I really want to.
After party at my house. I'm just kidding.
So look,
everything for Goff in the Dallas game was just like it was for Justin Herbert versus the Lions that game. It was 2.7 seconds. That makes it hard for even a fast defense to be able to get sacks. That's why they only had 2 in that Dallas game versus Detroit. That is the key. Get the ball out fast. Hit your checkdowns. Hit your 10 to 15-yard receivers and let your receivers do the work.
Thank you. Make them earn their check.
I think also
Air out that ball. Air it out.
Love gives us what I'm going to call an invisible extra second because he's able to throw off of his back foot. It's really hard to get to a guy when he's
Like
able to
Favre,
throw.
like Rogers.
I really think Robert was spot on with this one, where I think that if we can stop their other weapons, don't let Brandon Cooks get going, don't let Ferguson get going, slow down Pollard. Lamb, I'm sorry, Lamb's going to have 100 yards. It's just, he's unstoppable. It'd be a win if he has 80 yards, 85 yards, and a touchdown or two. That'd be a win. If we stop Cooks and their other weapons from getting going, that's how we win this game.
Cooks is nasty. He's like a freak of nature when he catches the ball. I've been watching him.
He's a veteran in the end zone, man, that they've been using. So, I mean, he's someone you got to worry about, especially when they get in the red zone.
Yeah, and Ferguson's been rolling. Gallup can make some big plays. We can't let those others, the supporting cast beat us.
You do have to watch Michael Gallup. You do have to watch him.
Lamb and Dak connection is so special. It's top 3. We just gotta. They're gonna get theirs. Don't let the other guys go. Pollard should not be able to
intervene on that.
Pollard can't have a big day on us.
They do have a good connection, but you don't know what Dak you're gonna get.
It's not Cooks or Ferguson that I'm actually worried about as far as like outside of CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, there's two people in here.
And I've watched a lot of Cowboys games because my wife is a Cowboys fan.
Me too. Me too.
Mine is not. She
is better than anybody on that team getting behind people and nobody noticing him. This guy Turpin.
Who?
Go watch.
Michael Turp. I know who you're talking about. Turpin. I'm sorry, my bad.
Isn't he the return guy too?
Yeah, they use him as a running back and a receiver. They've been using him like in a special.
They've been using him for both.
He's like
McCarthy's using him like he did Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, he's a Ty Montgomery. Exactly. That's a perfect.
You know the
example.
funny thing is, on our side on offense, if we actually, I want to see us actually go at Bland. He's great at getting picks, but he actually can get burnt. I want to see Wicks and Reed go right at Bland. I think we can attack their pass defense. It's beatable. And if Jones has another 100-yard game.
But this is the thing. Defensive coordinators have a problem covering. We don't have a number one, so we don't have a legit guy that they need to stop. They have to stop everybody on our offense.
That's why I like this Wicks, Melton, and Reed
what gives
trio.
defensive problems against us.
I
think our offense is working better.
I see what you're saying.
This is controversial.
Because with Rodgers, everybody knows who his go-tos were. Okay?
Yeah, we're spreading the ball out.
Nelson, you had Adams. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it was one of the two.
We have no stars.
Yeah, no,
I think I like the offense better.
They're all the same. They're all
We
equal.
have developing stars. Take that back.
I like it better when Watson and Dubs are out, and I get to see more Bo Melton, Wicks,
for sure,
and Reed. I like those three. What do you guys think?
I'm going to tell you right now.
I think Reed is going to be awesome, and I think Reed will listen. Put some respect on that man's name. He is going to be a beast.
And Wicks is the more playing time Wicks gets, the more he establishes rapport with Love. And I like Bo Melton.
I was about to say, I've been massively impressed with Bo Melton. He's been outstanding.
Those three together are
games that he's actually gotten the chance
to touchdowns. That's what they got to stop doing.
Jeremy, go ahead and say what you just said. I wasn't able to hear that.
Sorry.
For the last 2 years, when
Fired up.
said that the Lions were a starless team, I said that's because we have nobody developed yet. Until they've been developed for 2 or 3 years, you cannot call them a star. So at the same time, while you're right, you have a starless team, she's right too, because they're not developed yet. But until you have that third year in and you really see where they're at, like I'm on Ron St. Brown right now, if you can't say he's a star on the Lions, you're blind.
Oh, I mean, St. Brown's ridiculous. I had him in fantasy.
He's better than
He's a beast. He should have been a Pro Bowler.
He's got colored hair.
You got Rob.
Goff, Brown, and Laporta on my fantasy team. And
Hey, guys, did you see the Laporta injury? That sucks. That's why I was like, they should arrest some people, man. They lost their one of their most important weapons. Laporta's key for them.
It is worse than they thought.
Major. He might be back.
I heard he might miss this game, though. Hyperextended, right?
No, they just said it wasn't hyper-expended. There's no damage in the knee.
That's good. I didn't see that.
Praise God,
I was going to say, I thought they said he was going to be all right. So I was like, what is this?
Don't get me wrong, he's going to be sore. He's still going to be sore yet.
I want to go to Woody now. I want to go to Woody now because you are completely outside at this point. Your team's not in the playoffs. You're kind of just looking at the playoffs overall now. You know, what do you see when it comes to this? And we're going to get to the Lions and the Rams matchup next because that's going to be very
Why
fun
did this guy even make this comment, man?
What are you seeing and what are you thinking when you see the Packers matchup in Dallas, man?
I think, first of all, Dallas's run game is
or Wally.
It sucks.
Yeah,
it does. They can't run the ball. They can't stop the run or run at all.
You just got to worry about their defensive line. Micah Parsons coming in. He's all over the field. Ferguson, I mean, he likes to go right up the middle. He's making some catches too. But I'm thinking if the Packers stop CeeDee Lamb, game's over. Even though their record in Dallas, I believe that they're undefeated at Dallas this year.
Yeah, they're undefeated. But they're beatable. They are.
Aaron Jones, last time we played him, Aaron Jones put 4 touchdowns on him. They never had that in their stadium either.
You feel me? Beat their ass in it.
You know,
beat
I
them
want
like
to
we
see them
stole
answer for
something.
that. They got to have an answer for that.
So there's 2 ways you can go about this. I think what me and Woody are getting at is, for example, if you're playing against Kevin Durant and his team, you got to stop Kevin Durant and let the rest of the team do whatever and you'll win, right? Or you'll let what Jeremy's getting at, and other people were saying this too, is you let Kevin Durant get his 40 points on you and you stop everyone else and you can win that way.
That's what I was saying earlier.
There's really 2
Well,
ways.
also they're only built to have the lead. That's what they have, a pass rush and they like to take the ball away. If they're not ahead, they're beatable. They barely were able to come back on Seattle, and I think we're better than Seattle. If you watch a Seattle game from a few weeks ago, and they should have lost to Detroit. They were this close to losing to Detroit, and we beat Detroit the last time we played them.
That's also very interesting because Dallas is really good at holding a lead, and we're really good at coming back from a lead. We are like the best secondary team in the league right now.
This is gonna be the clash of the Titans.
I think it's gonna be hella fun.
No, Tennessee's not in the playoffs.
Well, it's going to be the number 1 passing touchdown leader versus number 2.
So Jeremy's saying that he thinks it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. So that's one thing that actually scares me
I
because
can see that.
I don't want to get in a shootout. I really don't. And it's not that I don't think that we can win shootout games. I think we're like a year or 2
Why
away.
put yourself in that position?
You don't want to put Carlson in that situation, man. I can't.
Yeah.
I think it's more going to be like the offenses are going to go off, and it's whatever defense is going to make a big stop or make a big turnover or something.
I agree with your
I can
statement.
definitely see that.
Yeah, I think this is really more about the defenses on both teams and less about the offenses on both teams because if our defense shows up, I know that we're going to score points. I know that we will. We're on a run or a roll right now offensively. And if our defense doesn't show up, they're going to score 40. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about our schizophrenic D not showing up.
That's always the question. Barry. Joe Barry's the question mark.
No, that's what Jeremy just said. He said, you know that Joe Barry will let
He's gonna have a great game and sign him for a 3-year contract.
Joe Barry know his job is on the line. Okay, if you don't deliver in this game, you ought to be like George Jetson, fired.
It's just Green Bay's got to bring their best game. They can't play like
they do.
The Giants.
All gas, no brakes.
Well, we're a young team. It's up and down. It's going to happen. I just like that we were able to come back from that we had a 3-6 record to get to 9-8. I'm proud of them. Just to get here.
Football. Defense needs to play 4 quarters of football. Period. Defense needs to play 4 quarters of football.
Did you guys
not
notice?
Be lazy.
When we get a pass rush, that's when their offensive line is banged up. If we can get a pass rush on Dak, that could be a key X factor that no one's thinking that we could probably do.
Which I think we can. Jeremy,
I think we can
pull
too.
down your mic, man, because it's hard to hear you. I think if you pull down your mic and talk into your mic, we can hear you better. You got a mic on your headset.
It isn't my mic here. I'm using my
mic. Whatever you just did, it's better now.
Yeah, he's playing Xbox too.
Playing Xbox.
Oh, are you playing some Madden while you're talking? Are you playing?
I was about to play Call of Duty.
Win the Super Bowl.
That's a good point, Isaac. The Cowboys are down 2 of their starting offensive linemen, which is a big. They just lost one against Washington.
They did? Who?
They lost their, was it the right guard?
I'll pull it up. Hold on. I got you.
Yeah, he's the key to their offense.
Let me see if they're coming back. Hold on. I'm looking
This
it
is
up.
going to make their run game weaker for sure.
Oh, and,
Yeah.
and Gilmore's shoulder, their corner. That could be huge.
Fine, but who knows? He could be out. Like that's this.
A shoulder is a very big deal for a corner, man.
Okay,
It popped
you
out.
can't do
He said
nothing
it
with
popped out
one
of place.
shoulder.
Just
I
yeah,
want
just out that
to
place.
give an update on the national championship.
Ooh, Tyler Smith. Yeah, they're right tackle, I think.
Go ahead, Jeremy. What happened?
What did I say the key for Michigan was in the national championship? To run the ball, right?
Yeah.
They're
How
up
many
They're doing right now.
They have
Is Michigan winning? Go
Michigan's
Wolverines!
killing it. 17-3. They're killing it right now.
My dad
rushing
I'm
raised
from
me as a
Michigan.
Wolverine fan.
I'm
Is
from
that why-
Michigan, so I get it.
That's why Isaac left.
Don't hurt Jim Harbaugh because he's going to be our coach next year.
Oh, I bet you guys
If he's running to Chicago, Ben heard him.
You give up Eberflus in a second.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, you'd be like, wait, we don't Eberflus? He's not our coach? Nah.
You
Get
know
out
that's
of here.
a good question. You don't see Tom
Deuces,
Brady
bro.
being a coach?
He can be on
Harbaugh's
defense
a way better
coordinator.
coach than he was a quarterback. I'll tell you that.
No,
I thought
I
Washington was
don't
going to
think
make this a
Brady's
closer
going to go
game.
for the
This is
coaching.
going to be interesting.
No, he wants it. If he's leaving there, he's gonna want a high price. You know, he's gonna take over someplace like if Belichick goes, I could see him going there.
I can see I can see Vrabel going to New England.
Yeah, so yeah, he's
That would be good. I like
he's
that.
an alum. He's an alum. So
I can see that.
Raiders.
Let's get to. So we talked about the matchup with the Packers and the Cowboys. Let's get to because, dude, I can't wait to see this because it's not my team playing, so I don't have to worry about it. It's gonna be fun to watch. The
Which one?
Rams are going to Detroit with Matt Stafford.
I got
This is
Detroit.
Fun to watch, man.
I
Yeah,
think
how do you
the
feel about
Rams
that,
with
Jeremy?
this. The Rams with Kyron Williams, though, man.
Yeah, Kyron Williams.
He's key, dude.
He's the beast. He's the guy.
He may be a beast, but you guys said the same goddamn thing about Behan Robinson. We held him to 22 yards.
Okay.
Yeah, but Arthur
All right,
Smith
so what do you
doesn't know
do
how to
about their
use it.
two-headed
That's why Arthur
monster?
Smith got
I was
fired.
going to say that's the reason why Arthur Smith is sitting on the couch right now.
Arthur Smith couldn't figure out how to use that amazing talent. He's out of there. He sucks.
20 yards.
Yeah, but Sean
All right.
McVay isn't Arthur Smith. He knows to run the ball. Sean McVay won a Super Bowl. He's a good coach.
My question: how do you stop their two-headed monster and the wide receivers?
Oh, yeah, Nakua.
Yeah, Uka is out.
Puka.
Cooper Cup.
Puka Koopa.
Period.
Yeah,
Love
they got the best wide receiver tandem in the league, bro.
Jeremy, I'm less concerned about you guys stopping Williams.
Well, so
I'm more
did the
concerned, like
Raiders,
what
but how
Robert
well
just
is that
said. Your
doing
pass
for 'em?
defense, stopping
You
those
pick
two
one and you
receivers is
stop
going to be tough.
You just pick one and stop them.
Hey,
If you make them a one-dimensional team with only one wide receiver getting it, just like we did with Dallas, it puts Detroit in a good position to win that game.
I like Higbee too. Got to stop him as well.
Yeah, the tight end. Yeah.
They're against tight ends.
That's actually the one. If you look at the Vegas odds, it's actually one of the closest ones. I
That
think
is
Detroit's
why
only
they-
favored by
that's
3
why they
in
came out of
Detroit.
nowhere. Once they got their running back, they got a three-headed monster, man. They
The
got
Rams rest their players last week, and where Dan, he kind of put his guys out there and beat the hell out of them. You know, they're all beat up now, and now the Rams, they're all fucking settled. They're all fucking ready to rock. They're all fucking climbing. You know, they've been-
Injury away from the retirement home.
wow.
Jeremy, do you worry about that, that voodoo magic type shit where it's like Matt Stafford's coming back to Detroit, maybe he'll have a blowout game?
No.
So if he makes you guys one and
I
done,
can
you're not going to
see
be mad.
Stafford having a big chip
Just
on
put
his
a 30
shoulder.
burger on your ass.
Stafford in Detroit, then hate Jared Goff. This is the absolute truth.
I like Detroit in this game, but I'm just worried about Goff's interceptions thrown at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Aaron Donald's going to smack him
fumbles,
around.
too. Just a turnover. He just turns the ball over at the wrong time.
He does.
But they don't have Jalen Ramsey. The Rams secondary is kind of booty cheeks. They don't
So
get a lot.
yours. Yeah, so yours.
So
They don't get a lot. We get more interceptions than the Rams do.
I do
had a bad year at it.
Hey, we have 6 interceptions against Goff this year.
I understand.
Holy shit! Really? The Bears had 6 against
We
Goff.
got 3 turnovers over 2. We got 3 turnovers.
Seriously?
I think the point is though that there really is 2 different Goffs this year. There's the one that has 4 turnovers in one game, and then there's the one that has 4 touchdowns and no turnovers in one game.
And Stafford's a more reliable QB. Stafford's a better QB than Goff by
I do think one
by,
big
by
thing
quite a
that the
bit.
Lions have
Stafford
right
is not
now.
better than Goff. That's bullshit.
One huge
thing.
thing.
Goff has 3% better completion percentage. He has 18 more touchdowns to interceptions than what Matt Stafford had. Matt Stafford has 1.7 touchdowns to every interception. Goff has 2.8.
It's pretty good.
Matt Stafford has a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Stafford's better.
But I'm taking Stafford over Goff.
Team that was built for Goff that they had to add people to because his fourth quarter interceptions almost cost them the division.
Okay, that's just 2 years ago, man. They're back again. They're knocking on the door. They're the hottest team right now.
Goff is he gets the pressure on him like we did. He turns into a pumpkin.
And what you guys
and yeah, he might have more touchdowns this year, but Stafford missed 2 games.
3 years in.
But remember, Stafford can't throw under pressure either.
Well, I'm taking the Lions not because of Goff in this game. For me,
I'm taking the Lions because Lions just suck. They're the same old fucking Lions.
Back to being the same old Lions. You said if we won the division, you shut your fucking mouth, Dorn.
The
same old fucking Lions. Dan Campbell just fucking proved it. Same old fucking Lions. Fucking up against the Dallas.
The Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery duo is why I would choose the Lions in this game.
I'm trying to hear what's Nick. I'm trying to hear your point.
The bear, man.
The Lions won the division. You'd never say same old Lions again. You're a fucking liar.
Same old Lions, man.
Nick,
I can't screw that all up on you guys.
I know you're gonna, Nick. I know what you're gonna say about the running game, but
Same old Lions things. How can I fucking tell you?
My dark horse in this Detroit game, Aiden Hutchinson. You got to stop him. He is a beast out there, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes, he is.
Your defensive line is gonna ruin Matt Stafford today.
Hey, read that right there, man. I would be worried about the Rams. The Kua Cup and Atwell are nasty.
Hey, that's shots. He's a Bears fan. He's done
Toby
some shows
Turner
with me.
has
That's
9
awesome.
sacks at nose tackle. Can that O-line handle the pressure from Donald, Young, and Turner? Goff can't handle pressure. Prove that in the Super Bowl.
Stafford can't throw under pressure either.
It's not about
Dude, he didn't leave, did he? Did the Lions guy just leave?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah.
He
John, you poked him too many times.
Now he's gonna block it.
The Lions should be worried about any team, in my opinion, right now because they're not playing necessarily great.
Nick, I got a question. Nick, I got a question.
It has nothing to do with not being worried
Open
about the
Mike
Lions.
night. It's all fair
It has
level.
everything to do with that duo that the Lions have because they're going to eat up the clock. They're going to be able to dump off passes for first downs on 3rd and longs. They're going to be able to run the ball down their throat. The Rams don't have it. I don't think they're going to be able to stay up in points with the Lions, if that makes sense. Like the Rams will show up, but the Lions will have the last laugh, in my opinion.
Okay, so are you confident? That's what I was going to ask you. Are you feeling like a double-digit win or 1-score game? What are you thinking?
I think it's going to be a shootout, really.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think the Lions get the ball at the end. They kick a field goal to win the game. I think that's exactly how it goes down.
So like 30-27, something like that?
I'm thinking
it's gonna be.
30.
I think it's gonna be tighter than a new hair weave. I think it's gonna be point for point.
I don't weave my hair, so I don't know how tight that is.
Oh baby, you don't understand.
I got the Rams because I know some way somehow Dan's gonna fuck this game up like he always does.
I mean,
Just
like
Dan, same old fucking Lions.
He was aggressive all year. If he can't be that aggressive in a playoff game because
no,
ruin him.
Right, I agree.
Debbie,
Yeah.
it's
He's gonna
not that
bite
we
the ass
want the
sooner or
Lions
later
to
than he
win.
has.
I just think the Lions will win. I think the Lions are a better complete team than the Rams this year. I do think that the Rams came on at the end, but I think it's going to be too little too late. And again, I just think the Lions have enough that at the end of the game, they're going to have the ball and they're going to be able to kick a field goal to win it. I do think that.
I think if Goff sees like his main targets open and he throws, it's over. Lights out.
Yeah,
like I said, I believe in like the playoffs and stuff like that. It's usually ask the Giants. It's usually the hottest wild card team to get in.
Yeah, that's what I'm
what
thinking.
happened with speaking of Giants? What happened with Philly and the Giants? What happened?
They got killed.
the Giants decided to wake up and play football.
Philly is crying for help right now. They just want to go home.
Yep.
So Dan,
They just want to go home.
I love him. He said Philly's crying for help right now. I love him. I love him.
They just want to go home. They want to go on vacation. They're
Click
done.
their heels 3
They're
times.
done
There's
with
no
this
place
season.
like home.
Can they go in?
They're out.
If they have a full squad, can they go into Tampa to win? Yeah. But
Yeah, that's not that impressive. Going to Tampa is winning isn't saying much.
I disagree because I don't think we can do it right now. So what?
We proved that.
Who do you think is the hotter wild card team right now? Do you think it's the Packers or the Rams? With
I think it's- Pat, I
Better
think it's
recognize.
They're gonna keep going. Like I said, the hottest team. I don't think the Rams is the hottest team. A wild card team? Absolutely not. In the NFC, Packers are the hottest wild card team going in the playoffs.
Nobody expected us to even be
The
there.
Rams
So
are in there, though. The Rams have won like 4 out of the last 5, man. I mean,
Oh, Nick, your mom, really? Mommy's on here too. Hi,
I guess
mommy.
so. I gotta have some fans, right?
Show your mom.
Look, she said she's out. Hey, Nick, I love how you brought your wife into the chat the other day. What was I doing when we drafted Jordan Love? That was so
Love
good.
it. That's
my
great.
wife right here.
It's
Yeah,
me,
it's
and Mom
me.
says the Cowboys are going to win.
Wow.
Us, period.
Nick,
yes.
I didn't know y'all had kids. Nice.
I got 15 kids with 13 baby mamas. Don't ever try that.
Well, why do you think we
Nice.
call Nick a dick?
So look, I do.
Janae's like,
I do think Detroit's going to squeak one out, and I think they're going to lose the round after that. I don't think they're going to be.
They're
as
gonna
good
get their
as-
ass whooped. Shut up.
I do think that Green Bay is going to lose this game against the Cowboys. I do. I'm sorry if I'm being honest.
Yeah, shut up. We're gonna whoop them ass.
here's the sad
I
thing.
think we're gonna
If we
show
win
up.
this
I
game,
don't
then we go
think
play
so.
San Fran.
Nick, pretend
So-
like
I
you want us to
don't
win.
think so.
Pretend.
Here's the thing, though. We don't have to win for this to be a successful playoff
No,
game.
we don't.
Jordan Love
Exactly.
shows promise.
We're getting experience with
Offense-
one of the youngest.
Yeah,
Did you guys see
we're the
Schefter's
youngest
tweet?
team
We have the youngest team since like it was like the
Ever. Make the playoffs.
77 Bears. That's stupid to make the playoffs. So this is already a
to me,
success.
There's so many things that can be successful about this, even though we may lose. Like if we lose, if we look good, if we look like we're going to compete with teams like this, then you know what? Next year, I have
Shots, I
nothing
agree.
but faith in that we're going to, ride into the sunset eventually.
Yeah, but one thing about it, Jordan Love gets a bonus if he wins. You don't think he's gonna
Yep.
go get that bonus?
I agree. Sean's made a good point. Philly's Jalen Carter and
That's
that
true.
defensive line haven't been getting pressure. He's right. Their linebackers
I
are getting
agree, Josh.
exposed, and that
Let's
defensive
just
line.
need 2 more fucking sacks yet.
all those big teams got exposed. The Dolphins got exposed. The Ravens
The
got
Chiefs.
exposed. The Chiefs
Ravens-
got exposed.
Well,
Philly
Ravens-
got exposed.
Well,
Dallas got exposed.
When it comes
Oh,
to
like the
hottest
Packers
teams in
win.
the NFL,
Yeah,
the
Got a
Bills-
point win.
The
I
Bills,
like it.
when it comes to the hottest teams in the NFL, it goes the Bills and then a huge gap and then everyone else. The Bills are by far the hottest team
Yep.
in the NFL right now. Like I
Except
think
for
they
that,
could beat the Ravens
except
right
they
now.
almost blew that New England game, Nick. They got so close. They tried to give it away.
Yeah,
Ravens-
That was it was right there.
When Ravens lost to the Steel Girls, okay, they were.
Can we
sitting
talk
there-
about when Dallas lost to the Cardinals?
They were sitting there. San Francisco was sitting their players and had the Rams come back and win. So, would you guys rather play Dallas or Detroit?
Detroit.
We all wanted Detroit. Yes,
Because Dallas is undefeated at home. But I'm going to tell you this: I think if Detroit played Dallas in round 2, if we lost and Detroit wins, I think Detroit can go into Dallas and beat them. They
Look,
almost
man.
did it last
No.
time.
No.
They were this close last time.
They're
We're
one
gonna
and
break.
done.
We're
And
gonna- we're
honestly,
gonna
they would've
break-
won the
we're
game
gonna
had the
break
coach had
Dallas's
any sense.
home game streak. We're
I
gonna
hope
break
We
we
gonna
win.
break that down like a
We're
fraction. I
gonna
think we
break
gonna
that
down.
take it. I think we gonna win it.
Right
Let
like
me put
that.
it this way, Woody. If
I
we
feel
were
like Green Bay
playing-
can win
if
this
we were
game.
playing Detroit instead of Dallas,
We
I'm
can.
going to predict us to lose against Dallas. If we were playing Detroit, I would realistically predict us to beat Detroit. I really would. I think that we
Exactly.
can go in there and beat them.
So you,
They don't
so you
have the
gotta-
pass defense. Detroit
you
doesn't.
gotta-
That's what I'm concerned about the
Oh,
Rams.
Lord, let
Their
me
pass
get my
defense is
drink.
not good.
So you
We
got to.
It's not.
handled Detroit pretty well on Thanksgiving. And they handled Dallas pretty well. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
one
I
play
don't
away from
see
beating
either.
Dallas. I mean,
So you gotta be, you gotta
two
be,
games before that.
you
I
gotta
don't
be
see
Robert
him
just
as
said
that
it.
big of a
The
contender.
coach, if the coach had
What
not
he's
that
got is
aggressive,
I need some
they would have
stronger
won.
here. I think
They
I'm
might
gonna
have
need some
won.
Hennessy for this conversation.
I said you got to be pissed off at Stafford because they won 1-for-2 and one beat San Fran on Sunday.
Yeah, if San Fran doesn't fumble that ball at the end, dude, they would have won the game, and we'd be in Detroit right now. That's
I know,
what
Nick.
No.
And can you imagine
Trust
if we'd
me,
been
I
the
know.
6th seed? We'd been the 6th seed, then we would have played Detroit. And what if the Rams had gone to
Would've beat
Dallas?
Dallas.
Then we wouldn't have to play San Fran right away. That would have been better, but that's all right.
I wouldn't put Rams against Dallas. Dallas would have probably hammered them more.
It don't matter who we play.
I don't think the Cowboys are that great, guys. I really don't.
They're not, man.
They're
They play
not.
a crap team.
Getting
I
at,
think they would have beat the Rams, though. I really
One
do.
thing I think that Woody's
I
missing,
feel
The
like
Rams
their
are pretty
schedule
tough.
for the most part has been easy this season.
at least a
They just
part
beat
of
up on
why
bad
you're saying
teams.
that, Woody, I feel like is because kind of what you're getting at is the Rams are going to get up for this
Hush,
game.
Thunder.
against the Lions, right? Stafford's going to get up for this game. They're going to be pumped for this game. If they were playing Dallas, it's just another game in
Thunder,
the playoffs.
come.
To be honest, they might have got waxed in that game.
Yep.
I mean,
Thunder.
I can see it.
Yep.
Hey, Nick can't say Dallas isn't great or he'll get a slap in the back of the side of his head. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Nick's like, wait, what am I allowed to say? The Cowboys are great. I love the Cowboys. They're my favorite team.
Danny,
I can say it.
you guys know
I can
Cowboys,
say it. The
they're the
Cowboys
greatest.
suck.
Then your wife will come on here and show me her muscles.
Oh, dude, if Danny Amendola goes missing, you guys know why.
Bro, we're gonna beat Dallas just because I'm
Nick's
going
gonna
to the
be like,
fucking game.
you're gonna show your wife the clip where you say, "I love the Cowboys."
That's the only reason.
Just show her that part.
Hey, Lions got to be a little worried. Nick Mullins.
I have a
looks
funny
like
story.
Joe Montana out there against them.
Yeah. Dude, I can't say anything like that though, because then people that watch this who argue with me in the groups, they will clip that and then they will post it everywhere, and I'm not doing that.
Oh, I ain't scared. I'm not fucking scared.
I don't blame you, Nick.
Nick, you must be in so many
Put me
groups.
all day long.
So Woody,
Nick's
say
a
I love
wanted
the Packers
fan.
real quick.
What's that?
Say I love the Packers real quick.
I didn't bet that yesterday. Just be happy that I said the Packers would win yesterday. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you did pick Woody. Hands off to you, bro. Mad respect, bro. You said it. You stuck with it.
I was the only one that picked the Packers. I won the season standings on our podcast.
Look at that. Look, we helped you out.
And plus, I picked the Bears' right record. I said 7-10, and we won 7-10. So,
Well, as a Bears fan, did you watch that game and just feel like it was typical, or did you feel like it was worse than that?
I thought it was. I thought it was a lot worse. I thought we'd at least get a touchdown. I knew
Really?
I knew Reed would kill us, but I was
Reed.
I was disappointed in our offensive line because
What happened to y'all's safety, Woody? That safety on that Reed play was completely. He just got like.
It was Briskers.
It was like whiplash,
Briskers,
man.
yeah, the one that dug a lot.
Yeah,
He
didn't even know where he was.
What do you think about that?
Well,
What's
let's
that?
be honest. It was a wheel
What
route
Brisker
that
said.
the cornerback actually was playing zone underneath zone coverage on. So when he blew by him, that really is Brisker's job to hold the top end. But Jaden Reed had caught the ball right after he
He's
blew
right.
by the corner, and
He's right.
And he went right. Yeah, he drove
So,
up.
if I'm being honest, I don't think that any good safety is going to be able to catch him on that. That was
the hole in the middle of the
That's
defense.
true.
He found the hole, bro, and he went right up the seam.
especially not Eddie Jackson.
Good point, Nick.
Can't wait to say.
Hey,
Steve-
Brisker was lost in coverage on that play.
Yeah.
Brisker
Yeah, it
was talking shit. I mean, he
game,
lost
the
in
game was a
coverage on
lot
that.
worse than I expected yesterday, but
Yeah, if that's one guy that you
Isaac.
guys got to get rid of, it's Eddie Jackson. You guys should have
I
got rid of
just
him a
said-
few years
I
ago.
just said it. Eddie
Yeah.
Jackson's got to go see the fuck later.
Hey, but
They're gonna have some rebuilding to do on that defense.
Hey,
Dallas
the
is a
O-line-
finesse team.
See,
Look at what Shot said. I like this. McCarthy talked about pounding the rock, and they haven't. Packers should line up,
Listen.
pound the rock, and hit Jaden Reed. You have a diamond there. I agree.
I'm gonna piggyback on what
Exactly.
you said. We got our defensive line. We need another edge rusher. Our linebackers are
What's
solid,
up, A-Dub?
and our cornerbacks are young but good. But
Yeah.
we got to get rid of Eddie Jackson, so we need a
Yeah,
safety.
Johnson when Johnson went out.
Are you happy about Eberflus coming back if he does, Woody? Do you
What's
like
that?
the fact that Eberflus is going to come back?
Johnson is all that kind of hurt you.
See, Eberflus, Am I,
Hey, Eddie
am I
Jackson
happy?
might come to the
I'm in the
Packers
middle
become
because
Amos.
he did so much better with the
McCarthy
defense.
gets fired. Yeah.
But if he gets
absolutely he does.
I wouldn't be sad if Eberflus gets demoted to defensive coordinator. Will he probably take the job? No. But
No.
I think what he did to the defense at the end of the year, I think that saved his job.
I agree with you. I think it did. I was just curious if you were excited about it because you know he's probably coming back.
I'm never excited. Don't worry.
Guys, do you agree with Shots? I think that McCarthy gets canned if they lose the wild card. Absolutely.
I think McCarthy did enough this year.
In the first
we got a
round.
whole bunch
In
of
the first
slappers
round.
in here.
I
I
don't
gotta
Wow.
say goodbye to him.
Wow.
I don't see any reason to fire
Let's part with McCarthy twice. I don't know, man. They need some playoff success. I don't know. If it's like divisional, Nick, I could see it, but wild card at home.
Well, let's be honest
They
about
lose the first
something.
round.
That'd be a
they're
bad
gone.
luck.
They're gone, man. He's gone. He'll be gone.
Hey, Darcy, what do you think about Matt Stafford and the Rams coming to Detroit? How do you feel about that?
Well, isn't that the worst thing that could ever happen to the Detroit Lions? Why would you even want to have my favorite quarterback for the last 11 years come back and spoil all that fucking...
You're not going to tell me nothing.
Darcy,
I
you
watched
can
my
just wear
favorite
it.
quarterback come back as a purple people eater fucking
Yeah.
Viking.
Well, Sean, allegedly that's the rumor I hear around the city.
Hey,
Darcy's going to wear a Lions
That's what I'm hearing.
jersey, and it's going to say Stafford on the back.
Hey, yeah, just wear a Detroit Rams jersey and you'll be safe.
Nick, since I have you on the show.
Just a Stafford jersey somewhere.
No, I'm going to get it for you here. Right
Wear
here.
a Detroit Rams
My
jersey,
wife has the
you're good.
Michigan jersey on. She has a Michigan. We're winning, right?
That's right. Go Wolverines. Go Blue.
Okay. Where's the Stafford one? Oh, there it is. Oh, shit.
There it is.
There it is.
That's Rams colors.
What are we going to do with it?
Yeah, we're changing it to say.
Go get that
J-Mo
fucking
under
sign.
We're going to say J-Mo.
Yeah, Stafford's gone.
What do you
Now
mean
that says-
Stafford's gone?
Now that says Slappy for.
Well, Stafford's.
Yes,
So when they play the next game,
Yeah.
if
You see that? You see that, Lenny? Read that?
It
God,
says
no,
Slappy
use
for.
your car
now.
Yep, there you go. See you,
Is that a
Gatsby.
Detroit Rams jersey?
Get the fuck out.
You got somebody who's on your side about that. Trust me.
Hey,
I actually
like I
see
said,
what
I'm
Woody's
usually
saying.
98% right. So
I actually see what he's saying, though, because if you kept Eberflus strictly for the defensive accomplishments that he made with that team, if you kept him at head coach solely because of the defense, if you get a great offensive coordinator, you don't need a head coach that's offensively inclined then.
Right.
It could work
Yeah,
out,
this
right?
Shots guy. I'm just kidding. I know him. I've done shows with him. I told him to leave comments. He's doing good.
He's a Bear fan, too.
Well, see, like I said,
Dude, actually, I tried. I told him if he came on, y'all would razz him, but it'd be a lot of fun. I hope he should.
I'll put the link in the comments if you want to join, man.
Hey, yeah, Shots, join, man. Hop,
Hey,
if your
not
wife
you.
is put her phone, she puts her phone down. You should join us.
Hey,
We'll
not
let
you,
fun.
Woody
Woody,
and this
obviously,
dude
but-
argue over how bad the Bears were to each other. Like,
Dude, you know though, seriously, the Bears keep shooting themselves in the foot with their play calling, man. That they let themselves down too. You guys got to admit, like that was not a great game plan.
to be fair, there was not a lot of screen passes, though. I mean, when he did, throw
That's
the
true.
ball,
There wasn't.
but
It's
let's
just-
be honest, like it kind of looked
What
like
I've
old
seen
school
was
McCarthy.
Fields just being Fields.
I got one more thing. I'm really liking Valentine at corner, man.
Yep.
The more I see of him, it's just like Wicks
He dropped
and
an
Bo
easy.
Melton.
Yeah,
I
Easy
like
pick
it.
yesterday, though. You got to catch those.
That my daughter
Got to
would have
catch those.
Yeah,
Brian.
you're right, Robert. But I like.
We got to do better
solid,
at picking,
man.
though.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he missed the pick, but he's locking people down, man. The week before that, he went Ray
is.
Jefferson pass defense. I like this kid. When you like the Chiefs last year, when you get these rookies to step up and produce, it makes such a difference. And we're getting that this year. And Valentine's been an unsung hero on D. When Stokes went out, I was excited because he's been playing way better.
Well, my recommendation is, as far as the defensive scheme goes,
have your corners not play more than 10 yards off of receivers so often.
Yeah, you mean don't play a prevent every down?
Especially when it's like, third and 3 and you're 10 yards off. I mean, you're giving the guy the cushion off the.
That's like in Madden. If I like shifted everybody backwards, it's like, hey, just get the first down every time.
Right. Pretty much gave them the first down.
Bears defense has been damn fucking good.
Hey, Woody, not you, but
points in 2 games. That's good.
Hey, Woody, not you, but a lot of Bear fans said Getsy taught Rodgers and all types of things. When you guys got Getsy, it could have been further.
Hey, we said the same thing about Lucas Patrick. Oh, he was the one that protected Aaron Rodgers. And look at him.
It comes back to what I was talking about on the last show. Before the snap, before the ball is hiked, I just think that Rodgers is that good, kind of like Peyton Manning. It doesn't necessarily matter. Look at Balaga. When we had Balaga, that guy is a bum, but he looked great with us. What was the guy that we got from the Lions, and he was great with us? He was horrible for the Lions. What was his name? Anyway, what about Billy Turner? Billy Turner had great games with us. Every other team he plays for, he is horrible. So I think it has a lot to do with the offensive line scheme that we use, the way that the quarterback commands his blocking.
Yeah.
And let's be honest,
man, I'm so happy we had this show tonight. I was so fired up after that game yesterday.
Well, you're talking about
didn't do that yesterday. He didn't line yesterday.
Sorry, but to piggyback, to follow up what you said about guys who leave our team become bad, most of those players are normally good as certain teammates they had. Like Rodgers made a lot of people around him better, not just his receivers, but even the offensive linemen would look good for us because of the QB we had.
That's true.
Just like Tom Brady, when he was in New England, he made all those receivers, doesn't matter who you were, made the receivers better, and plus the offensive line as well.
In schematically, you got Bill Belichick.
We don't say Tom Brady around here.
Tom Brady made Belichick a little better too, right?
I went to school.
We don't talk about Tom Brady around here.
What is shots? I wish he was in the comments still. Belichick has a sub 500 record without Brady. It's sad. I'll get the actual record, but it's not good.
What, you went to school with Bill Belichick? Is that what you about to say?
No. I went to school at one of the centers, Dan Copen. He He was in New England, and he had Tom Brady touch his ass, and then he went to Denver and had Peyton Manning touch his ass. I'm like, what a fucking career you had.
80 and 98. That's almost 200 games. Look at that. Belichick is 80 and 98 without Tom Brady.
Damn, they had Robert Kraft before Robert Kraft.
Oh,
that sucks.
Did you see Robert Kraft get up yesterday after that snow game after they blew that? And he just walked out. I was like, wow,
man, he's over, Bill.
Well,
Shots, you should hop on.
If anything to be said about Belichick now, it's easy to see that he needs another Tom Brady to just be successful as a coach now.
Well, they're going to get a quarterback first pick. So it's either going to be Caleb Williams,
sixth round pick.
Drake May be one of those guys. Yeah.
We don't talk about paper champions.
Bears are going to get a quarterback this round.
Whoa, look at the record with Tom Brady. 222 and 67. Dang, man, that's crazy.
So I put the link.
He literally has less losses with 300 games. Shots. It's in the chat, and I sent it to you on Facebook, bud.
Okay, yeah, DM him the link if you can.
Yeah.
Vikings, Jefferson, the Bears more. Now Cowboys, Lang, we're coming for you. Okay, Mark. Okay, we get it. We get it.
I like it.
Jesus Christ.
That's right, Mark.
I am impressed with CeeDee Lamb this season, though. He has really picked it up since week 5, man. He's been stupid.
I just hope your quarterback doesn't throw interceptions.
Yeah, he's liable to do that because
he can. That's for sure.
Because my thing is Prescott has always been underwhelming in the playoffs at times.
But the biggest thing we got on our side is we know McCarthy. We know his offense.
And we're playing with house money, right, Robert? Like, we got nothing to lose. We're happy to be here. They got all the pressure in the world.
Robert, are you going to say that McCarthy's going to steal signs or what?
I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I'm just saying
stop it.
we got a different offense. They got a different McCarthy. The reason we dropped McCarthy is his offense got stale. He didn't change. He didn't.
Yeah, I agree.
I watch Dallas all the time. I live here in
Yeah.
Dallas. I mean,
So real quick, I'm gonna give you guys a
Robert,
name.
I forgot you live near
I'm
Dallas
gonna give
too.
you guys a name
Nice, man.
that embodies what I was talking about earlier. His name is Ricky Wagner, and he played for the Lions, and he was
Ricky
the
Wagner.
Ricky
That's
Wagner,
He
good
played for the
man. That's
Packers.
good. I
He
like
was
it.
really good for us. He was really good.
Yes, he was. I forgot about him.
Yeah,
Nice
and
call.
I remember like Lions fans saying, "Oh, you got our worst offensive lineman. Like he was terrible. Thank God he's off our team. He started playing fucking
Well,
well.
that's what I heard this year with Lucas Patrick too.
Hey Nick, I got a question.
You know what's funny though, Woody, is like as Packers fans, I doubt that you heard a lot of Packers fans say like, "Oh, you got a bum," because Lindsley was actually really good for us, and Patrick, you know, like when we lose these guys, we think that they're good, you know, but for whatever reason, they don't pan out wherever they go next. It just doesn't work out.
We're the total opposite. Like Roquan Smith, Charles Leno. He went to Washington. He got to the Pro Bowl.
There he is, Med. Nice.
It's like you got to be. Sam Mustafa was the worst center ranked last year with Chicago on any.
Oh,
team.
he's bad.
And now he's on Baltimore and he's ripping it up.
There you go.
I remember Kenny Clark throwing him like 5 feet away and getting
Do you fear that Mooney's going to go somewhere and be like the best number 2 receiver on a roster?
I have a feeling that Kansas City already showed interest in him.
Ooh,
but I don't
definitely need wide receivers.
Yeah,
God,
Tony
Kansas City.
sucks.
He'd
Tony
probably be
sucks.
their number
Get
one,
rid
man.
of Mooney to bring in Mooney.
You know what, though? You know what, Woody? You know what?
I like that. That was good.
Man,
Toonie to Mooney. I like it.
It actually makes sense why the Kansas City Chiefs would want Mooney, because he's like a better version of Tony. Like he's a better version of Kadarius Toney, and he would actually work in that roster, you know?
Well, Kansas City has MVS, and he's their number one.
Which is just amazing. You gotta love MVS, man.
I think.
That's a guy
get
we
open
let
and-
go of
yeah.
that did not pan out.
Yeah, we were like, this guy can't catch. He can get open.
Still
Wait a
can't.
Deuces,
second.
man.
He still can't catch.
You mentioned a
Still
number
can't
one.
Runs fast.
He never figured it out.
As far as Kansas City's number one, I thought that was supposed to be Juju Smith-Schuster or Rasheed Rice, who was their number one.
Rasheed Rice has kind of been it, but he's still a
He's
rook.
come on this year. He's definitely had a better season.
Smith-Schuster's on New England.
Yeah, Rice is their number one, and it's sad because what's really killed Kansas City is Kelsey has taken a serious drop. His ankles is banged up, and I know everybody's gonna make the Taylor Swift thing, but he's really regressed, and now they don't have a replacement for him.
He's hooked on Swifty.
He's hooked on Swifty, but him dropping off, he was such a weapon even last year, and that's just killed him. That they don't have a replacement for it.
It's just
Hell
like
yeah, Mario.
It's just like San Francisco with
They
Kittle.
messed up by letting Tyreek Hill go.
Kittle's
Yeah,
numbers
they
went
did.
down. And
Yeah,
now
they did.
Ayuk is their number one, and Debo Samuel as well.
In
Yeah.
Ayuk,
They got a
Ayuk
bunch of number
took a
ones. They got
huge
Kittle
step
too.
forward.
Man, they're
Kittle
just
is
they're
a-
stacked.
Because
Kittle's the
numbers went
guy you
down,
gotta worry
Ayuk's
about there.
numbers skyrocketed,
Mhm.
man.
We used to be stacked like
And
that.
they got McCaffrey. That's what I'm hoping
We are
keeps panning
stacked
out.
like
If all
that. We
these
just
receivers
young.
keep,
They develop.
keep developing, and we can get Jones and get another running back in, I think this is going to be special for years
I don't know, man.
because they're all young. I like it.
They keep getting better every game, man. We're going into the
I know.
playoffs.
They
This
do.
is where the cream rises
I
to
feel
the
like
top.
every
seriously
play,
can't
every
believe-
game, we get better.
I
And
can't
we're gonna
believe
cover
Wicks
that.
and Bo
That's
Melton.
just it. That's the exciting part.
I know.
Yeah.
Wicks and Bo Melton being this good, this quick is awesome, dude.
John Dorn, what
Like-
were you going to say? Go ahead.
Like after the season, I heard people saying, "Well, we don't need receivers." I would like to get like two of them, one to push fucking Dobbs and one to push Watson. We need to push those guys, man. I mean,
So that actually brings up what I was going to talk about next. And Ken, you can chime in first if you want on this. There are Packers fans saying that in the first round we should draft a wide receiver. Now, I personally disagree wholeheartedly with that. But Ken, what do you think with Packers fans saying that?
No, have a sec. Okay. No, I really don't think. I really don't think we need to go out and spend number one on a wide receiver I really like the receiving core that we got. Now, if we could get a free agent guy that fit into our system, I would be more than happy with that. But I don't think our receiving room depends on it. I would be more than happy to. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to run out what we had this year next year. What I really would like to do with that first pick,
running back,
and from what I heard, running back. From what I heard, running back isn't too good this year.
No, it's not.
What I'd like to see is us to get a left tackle. I like Rasheed Walker and all, but I think he'd be a better swing tackle. And I want somebody that's dominant like Tom is on the
What
right
about
side.
safety? Whatever, there's a big nice safety there.
Oh,
there he is. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, there you go. We got some Bears fans in the house.
If it was a big name safety, I wouldn't be against it. But I don't know how much I like going with another safety in the first round again, because we seem not to have too luck developing them.
Ken or Nick, whoever knows, is the Rodgers money coming off the dead cap? Is it coming off this upcoming year, 24?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Then we'll do something with Bakhtiari's. That might be restructured, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I know Bakhti.
Well,
And then Preston and Alexander. Yeah.
Here's your answer, Ken. You guys, you don't want to spend a draft pick on a wide receiver. We'll give you Mooney. There you go, bud.
Man, should we take Mooney?
I was going to say, with us, he'd probably end up being a superstar. He's got love throwing him the ball.
We do need a
He's throwing it to the other team.
We could give you a third.
I'm gonna
We can change you Clifford for.
I'm gonna have to say a hard no.
What do you feel that the gadget guy, like a running back,
John,
gadget
what did I
guy?
say? I don't want another Penn State fucker on this team.
Hey, Clifford, man, you can't go wrong, man.
Jesus Christ.
Man, okay, wait. I got a question for y'all. If you guys could pick one free agent receiver, I don't actually really care too much about a receiver anymore. The more these guys play, I'm happy. But if let's say we'd sign one receiver, who would y'all want?
Calvin
Johnson.
Game.
Evans.
I want Boyd.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. I like it. I still like the T. Higgins answer. I think he
Yeah,
he'd still
that
fit.
was going to be mine. Was T. Higgins?
He's a beast, dude.
Is he a free agent though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he?
The
Okay.
Bengals might have to let him go. They may not have the cap. They've got to deal with Mixon. They got Jamar Chase coming up. Higgins might be expendable.
Yeah.
They may not be able to afford him.
Now go Higgins. And I was thinking
For the
Evans.
Bears fans, though, if you draft Marvin Harrison Jr., there really isn't a need to get a free agent wide receiver now, right?
Oh, the Bears are going to be set at receiver if they get Marvin Harrison
I
with
hope
DJ Moore.
to God the Bears somehow fumble this and don't get Marvin Harrison Jr.
We should kick it to the Bears
don't
fans.
want to see him cooking us
But
twice
they
a
don't get
year.
a quarterback and get him a ball.
Ken, please.
Oh, yeah,
We seen
you
that
definitely got a
yesterday.
major point there.
We seen that yesterday.
Personally, I don't really even know that because I think Ryan Poles has already said that the number one pick goes to the highest bidder at this point. So I would like them to get Marvin Harrison Jr., but if we do not get him, I would actually like your boy Adenzi from Washington. I think he's,
Who I'm watching
he's
right
not
now.
quite
He's,
there, but he's right next to him.
Well, like I said before, the Bears, the polls, what he's going to do is we're not going to drop lower than 3 because he wants Marvin
That'd be
Harrison.
dumb.
Yes. So there you go.
Because Arizona needs a wide receiver too. I mean, look at what they got. They got Marquise Brown.
You don't want to drop no lower than 3, but then my thing is I'm sure the Bears are not the only team who has their eyes on Marvin Harrison.
And that's what I was saying. Washington's number 2 from what I saw in drafting right now. They're the second pick. Washington has Howard, and I don't think that they're going to look to get a quarterback. I think that they would actually take Marvin Harrison Jr. if you guys trade that first pick. So it's kind
And they've got receivers, but I agree.
Sorry,
they
but
probably still would take him.
Sam Howell is not. Sam Howell may not be a solid fit for Washington, given what they've been going through with these QBs. They're going to go.
I
after
think
a quarterback.
Washington. I don't believe in
If there's-
Howell.
if anybody I think that has an interest in Marvin Harrison, it could be the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So it's Chicago. Wait, the draft order is Chicago, Washington, New England, and then Arizona, right?
See,
New England's going to take a quarterback for
Yeah,
sure.
I think New England's going to.
I think Washington is too.
If New England doesn't trade up with us, I'm thinking that we use that number 1 pick for Marvin Harrison, and we trade our 8th, 9th, 10th round.
Good. We're doing our show.
I think New England might move up though, man, because I think they know Washington might draft a quarterback. Seriously,
Marvin Harrison Jr.
and then get
is your
pissed.
guy. Then absolutely, I think if you trade that you said it was the 8th or 9th pick or whatever, you trade that one and you get a whole
9.
shitload of value.
Chicago's 9.
It's a good move, man. It's a good move.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's not
so
the
Chicago
number
is
1,
1
but
and
it's still
9.
got a lot of value, man. That pick has still got a lot of value. In the top 10,
Yeah.
still got a lot of value.
But I don't see Poles trading that number 1 pick 2 years in a row.
I do.
I can.
Dude, they would.
I do.
Already,
Dude,
all the experts are saying you guys are taking a quarterback. You would be stupid
God.
not because no one trades two number ones. No one trades 2 number 1s. They're saying that everywhere.
Robert,
you would be stupid not to.
What's up, Joe?
Robert,
Hey, what's going on?
I'm the expert.
What's up, man?
The Bears,
Good to see you, dude. Thanks.
Hey, the Bears would be stupid not to take a quarterback with one of their 2 picks, but I think they would be stupid not to trade that number 1 overall for the haul that you could get. Like,
Yeah.
you could build a whole team on that haul, dude.
They're talking.
Yeah, it
2
might
or
be
3
more than
first-round
last year's
picks with
haul.
it.
It's gonna
What
be
do you think
more.
the haul
It's gonna
is?
be
How
more.
many picks do you think they get, Joe?
So
At least
so
2 first
From
rounds.
what I was reading, no, it's 3 first rounders and additional picks. Like because
That's
last year Bryce Young got 3 firsts. They're saying this pick is worth more than the Bryce Young pick because of the quarterbacks that are coming out, because of Caleb and Drake May, because there's like the quarterbacks are so much better this year that pick is worth more. So that's what they're saying anyway. So I think the Bears. I think the Bears.
Quarterback.
This is just my opinion. I think the Bears would be foolish not to trade down with that number 1 pick. If you can trade down to 2 or 3, great. But like, I think they should take a quarterback with one of their picks, one of their 2 picks. But if it was me, I would probably try to get Marvin Harris, trade down a couple spots, get the haul, get Marvin Harrison, and then draft my quarterback at 9 or whatever position is the 2nd pick. I would take a quarterback there.
Yeah, because I'm thinking the Bears, if they drop the 3rd pick, we still get, my opinion, we can still get Marvin Harrison.
No, I agree.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to take a quarterback. The number 1 team is going to take a quarterback, and the Patriots are definitely taking a quarterback too. Mac Jones is done, dude. He's cooked.
Oh, you don't
What else
believe in
they saying, Joe? Who do you think is going
What's
to be
that?
your new coach?
I said you don't believe in Zappy?
Ben Johnson.
Do you believe in Zappy?
Ben
Does
Johnson.
Bill Belichick believe in Zappy? Like,
Belichick's
I don't
gone.
think anybody believes in. Well, it
Johnson.
hasn't been announced yet. I think actually, I just read something that said Belichick is willing to take his hands off of the personnel if he stays.
I heard about that too.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I
So,
think Kraft. Is
That might be
over
the compromise. Is like Bill can stay coach, but they're going to have somebody else do the drafting.
Yeah, I think he said he's open to it. I think they gotta make a move with Bill. Keep him on as coach.
Just
Don't be the
play
GM.
devil's advocate, gentlemen.
That's a good idea.
If they scrub their hands with Bill, they're going to scrub their hands with all of the Patriot way. That means they're not going to bring in the Patriot way guy. If you're going to cleanse the team and start the rebuild for the Patriots, you have to not hire anybody that's within Bill. Now, with that being said, the only coach I would say that comes from Bill, and not necessarily as a coach because he was a player, is Vrabel. Vrabel is a great coach. If Patriots bringing him in, I can see that happening. But if you're going to get
Vrabel
rid of
would be a good
Belichick,
choice.
you got to get rid
Vrabel-
of the whole Patriot way. You got to cleanse it.
Vrabel would be a good pick. But I'll tell you something that I could see happening is Bill Belichick stays coach. He gives up the GM duties, and the Patriots find somebody who's excellent at drafting because historically they have. And next year this year they get their quarterback, and next year the Patriots are right back in contention. Like they don't have the downslide that other teams have where they're down for 2 or 3 years. I could really see that happening, dude, to be honest with you, because they already have a really good defense. Like their defense is, their record is terrible, but their defense this year, if you look at the rankings, they're top 10, like in top 5 in some areas. Like their defense is ridiculous.
Well, I heard
No matter what year.
I heard that Belichick's coming to the Packers to be our defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
No, one thing Belichick does great is playing against quarterbacks. Quarterbacks have their worst days against them. You know what I mean? Like Patriots are always ready against any Well, mostly new quarterbacks. These new young quarterbacks that haven't faced Belichick, they're in for a ride. They're not fucking throwing for 300 yards on Belichick. They're fucking, going off. They're fucking having one of those games where it's sloppy, 100-yard game, throwing picks.
Kind of sounds like Bears game
Belichick
last
knows how
night.
to plan for quarterbacks.
Oh, Jesus Christ, John. Give it a rest.
Oh, come on. Hey, the Packers won. You got to expect some trash talk, man.
Yeah. I picked the Packers to win.
You did.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like,
Woody, you're the unfortunate taking the brunt of unfortunate.
Yeah,
other
exactly.
Bear
That's what I'm
fans
saying.
talking.
You know me, Woody. You
Whatever
got those jams a bunch in a
whatever
while.
Bear fan was on the show today was gonna get it, dude. Like they were.
Woody says that on our show, but outside of the show, he's like, man, we were beating the Packers.
Nope. I stayed true to my word. The Bears podcast yesterday, I did pick the Packers to win. So, and there it is.
Well, that's a good
Much
pick.
respect.
Now, speaking of coaching,
But the Bears are at a very interesting crossroads right now, man.
Hell yeah.
Because it's
They
like
are.
if you get rid of Justin Fields and you get a quarterback and you trade down the number 1 overall, like, and still get your quarterback this year, like you could build a squad with that haul, man. Like,
did you see Fields' little
You know what?
clips of Fields' press conference?
Yeah.
Joseph, I wanted to follow up what you said about when you mentioned Fields. Makes me think maybe the Bears will have a better time if they do a little personnel change of their own.
Y'all want a drink?
Especially
What
when it
kind of
comes
drink?
down to the story of the Bears not being so good at developing QBs. This
I'll
is
be
not
getting
to
a
take no
second.
shot at them, but yeah, I think something has to change personnel wise for the Bears to have better luck to develop these quarterbacks that they keep bringing in.
I think the curse of the Bears will get broken if they hire back Lovie Smith. They did Lovie Smith wrong, man.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
bring him back in some capacity, and the Bears' curse will be broken.
either that or hire Rex Grossman as the quarterback
Oh,
coach.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, I liked Rex Grossman,
I'm
dude.
dead.
Like, I watched him at Florida. He was a baller, bro. Like, there will be no Rex Grossman slander here.
Hey, they're all ballers in college. They're a bust
speaking
in the fucking NFL.
Speaking of coaches,
Hey, but can you really call Rex Grossman a bust if he took the team to the Super Bowl, though? I don't think
He
I would
was
call
the
that-
lower-rated
It
Super
was
Bowl
the defense.
quarterback in history.
Even worse than Dilfer? I doubt that.
I'll have to look it up real quick.
Back then, the defense won championships. Now it's
That's true. That's true. But Grossman was not terrible that year, dude. Like, let's not. He might have been terrible in the Super Bowl, or like you're.
I would say inconsistent.
Yeah,
Well, that's why offenses change, man, because defenses used to win championships and they went to
Grossman
passing.
was not terrible that season. Grossman, he played good for you guys that year.
Yeah, but one thing about it, you never cracked 4,000 yards like fucking Love did. And had 32.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? That no quarterback ever in Bears history did what Love did his first year.
It buries a stick in my ass. That's honestly how I feel about it.
Honestly, bro, that's it.
It's something. And what's crazy is, like, a lot of Bears fans, now this is just being honest, is when we re-signed Cutler to that huge-ass contract, Woody might be agreeing with me when I say this, I wasn't overly thrilled, but I saw, like, people sending me memes where it had Packers fans like, woo, you know. Because, you know, I've seen him lose games more than he won games.
Poor Cutler.
I like Cutler too,
and you
man.
know what?
Cutler's
And you know what?
a
It's still
gunslinger, dude.
it still remains an unfortunate case that some people can tell you, Bear fans, that Cutler was the best quarterback y'all ever had.
Yeah, he was. He was,
I
man.
like him. I like Cutler. I do.
I'm not denying that. He was one tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Cutler was.
Hey, guys like
Speaking
He likes
Speaking
to
of
hunt.
coaching, though, who do you think, Joe, is going to be the Raiders' new coach?
Oh dear Lord.
Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson.
From what I've been, from what I read, I think it's AP because Mark. They interviewed Mark Davis after they beat the Broncos, and they asked him like how he, was feeling about the win, about beating the Broncos, and how he felt about the season. like after firing Josh McDaniels, how he felt AP did. And he said that he was very excited with the direction the team was taking, that they were playing much harder, that, and then they asked him, well, do you attribute that to AP? And he was like, well, you kind of have to, like, obviously, like something, it's the same team. We didn't change much personnel wise, but, the change is obviously, it's palpable. You could see the difference in the team, the way they played.
Yeah.
So that kind of language leads me to believe that he's going to give AP a shot. But of course, he can't come out and say it now because of the Rooney Rule. He has to talk, at least interview two other minority.
Interview two other coaches, right? Yeah.
From outside the organization.
Eric Bieniemy in there. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I would want Eric Bieniemy for offensive coordinator. Like, I would love for him to come over and work with AP.
If I'm the Bears, I'd take a shot at Bieniemy making my head coach.
That wouldn't be a bad idea either.
What about Ron Rivera? Ron Rivera's looking for
offensive coordinator. For the
offensive coordinator, he got fired. He sure did.
I want AP to go out and get either get Eric Bieniemy or Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator.
I know
Ron Rivera
is being punished for something he did a long time ago that shouldn't even fucking matter.
Funny thing is,
but look at the offenses.
You even got to mention Arthur Smith's hunting for a job himself.
But look at the offenses Eric Bieniemy was fucking running. The Chiefs looked amazing under Bieniemy. Then fucking he goes on Washington. Washington's offense looks amazing under Bieniemy.
And the Chiefs' offense dropped off a cliff.
Yeah, like how?
They have.
Exactly. Nagy, like how did Bieniemy not get a fucking look at as head coach? The guy.
Well, I think he will this year. Last year he was on the verge, but I think that there was just there wasn't enough jobs, and I don't think he's blackballed. I think that there were other people felt that other candidates were better, and so he went to Washington and took the assistant head coach role and offensive coordinator, assistant head coach.
Yeah,
and he proved himself. I think he'll get a job this year.
I mean, the only thing I disagree about is I do think he was blackballed because they keep bringing up.
Hey, nobody said Rex Grossman was elite. I said he was good.
I just couldn't put it in there after you said that. So I was like,
let's not put words in people's mouths. I didn't say he was elite. You never heard those words come out of my mouth. I just
that was that Super Bowl year.
During that whole coaching search last year, they kept bringing up Bieniemy's case from a long time ago, and I think that's what blackballed him from a lot of teams passing him up to be a head coach.
Possible.
And on top of that, they don't want a cast-off. Belichick has cast-offs that never do good. And then they're worried about him being away from Andy Reid, because, Andy Reid mostly calls the plays.
Yeah, well.
You know what I read the other day? That the NFL has been reaching out through, call it intermediaries or liaisons, but they've kind of made it known that if John Gruden was to drop his lawsuit, that they would sort of sanction or just turn the other way
been hearing
and allow him
to.
So, what if the Bears fired their coach and hired John Gruden?
I'd puke.
But
that's exactly what I feel.
Justin Fields would immediately improve, dude.
No, I do agree with that because he's a quarterback guru. But at the same time, if we bounce back to Bieniemy real quick, the main reason why he didn't get a head coaching job was, like you said earlier, he was an Andy Reid disciples, and he had Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. When you sit there and you think about it, do you really want to try to put someone at head coach that already has two big crutches with him with Andy Reid's offense and Patrick Mahomes, arguably the greatest quarterback in the game right now? I mean, you got Sam Howell. Yeah, he did all right, but the dude almost set a record getting sacked 60 times. They actually took him out of the last two games. It's probably an act of mercy because he was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, but
you're like, we're saving you from yourself.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that the Washington offense greatly improved with Bieniemy's scheme, and so I think he's proved. I think he's proved it. I think he
should be their head coach. To be honest,
he's capable for it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I think that would be a good pick too.
So where's Ben Johnson going?
You two, I knew you two together would be like, you guys think they're like
a different Bears fan on. I do want to get to this one that Bill said. I just like to get your guys' opinions on this.
Okay.
Do you have this?
Oh, is Bill making comments on the show that he could be on? Look at that.
What if it's
So
the third grade
What
quarterback?
do you think about that? And just be honest. Like, do you ever get that feeling of like, did they do this again? Like, that's got like I don't know.
After the first fucking game. I sat there. I was like,
Oh boy.
let's
I remember Iowa fans
30
getting
years
all
we've been
happy
dealing with this
because-
shit. First you had Favre, and then you had Rodgers, and Mr. Discount double check. And I mean, when he sat there in that game where he rolled in, got the touchdown, discount double check, pointed at the crowd and said, "I own you." I kind of looked at my wife and was like, "Well, I mean, he's not wrong at this point." I mean,
He does in fact own us.
The sad thing is I think Love's going to keep up the same thing that Rodgers did, and he seems to have your number so far. Granted, it's
He's
only
doing
2
it
games.
better. He's doing it better, bro.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Let's see
no,
what
he's
happens
doing really
in the Bears
well.
draft, though.
And me
hope
personally,
this team
I would just like
stays
it to
together,
get back
like-
to the rivalry it was. So
Yeah, let's see what
remember
happens in
rival
the Bears
fans-
draft. If the Bears draft a few studs, if they trade that number 1 overall and draft a few studs, man, they could be competitive.
Yeah,
I could see them dropping
yeah,
down
the
to
Bears
3.
could.
No,
The
no,
Vikings are gonna be. The Vikings are gonna be
happy
that.
that Love had a bunch
I don't know
of
what they're gonna do.
interceptions his last year in college. They're like broadcasting it on every single page. Oh, he had a bunch of interceptions his last year in college. He's gonna be horrible. He's gonna be horrible. And then he turns out to be.
He's gonna be the turnover god, is what people said.
All that, a lot of that goes to Tom Clemens.
Hey man, look, we just try to keep it in the family. Brett Favre owns that title.
But
Tom
there is a
Clemens.
part of me that agrees with you where I actually kind of want the Bears to get a lot better so this rivalry will get back to where it was. For
right now
So it's actually fun.
2009,
Yes.
2010, right?
That's actually why I don't mind the Lions actually being at least fun. It's more entertaining. They're actually a decent team. Like the Vikings, I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback, but
I think the difference is I feel like
If you would have asked me about the
The
Sorry.
Lions fans are just fucking silly and pathetic, to be honest. At least the
I don't know.
Bears,
They're screwed.
they've seen them have a good team, and they've been rowdy their whole life. They've had that Chicago shit going on, For the
Yeah.
Lions fan, it's this new soft, like crunchy type of just bullshit. You know what I mean? Like Lions fans are weird, in my opinion.
Man,
A lot of them
Nick,
are bandwagon fans. Let's be clear.
Nick, let your team lose for 40 years
Ned
and
was
then
like
finally
looking
have a
down.
good year, and then see how you act.
Well, we don't know
That's
that.
no
with Packers
excuse. That's
fans.
no excuse. That is
Let your
absolutely
team- let
no
your team-
excuse.
Let your team go 30 years without making the playoffs, and then see how you react. I'm telling you.
Basically telling you, you're a spoiled little brat. That's all you
Actually,
are.
Detroit has not had that long that they've not. Here's the thing. I was gonna say Detroit has been in the playoffs numerous times. It's just been they've never won in the playoffs, and it's a matter of how many years it's been since they've last won a division title.
Yeah, well, look.
last time they won a playoff game was '91, right? So it's
we
been a
have
minute.
Last time they won the
If we
division.
have previous
that's what I'm
success from a long,
But they made the
we have
playoffs in
previous success.
16.
If Green Bay
Been 2
all of a
years.
sudden stops playing well, I'm gonna have to start acting like I'm a Raiders fan. Is what's gonna happen.
Oh man, you're gonna join Joe? Oh no way! You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm
You
gonna
guys
start
get excited about Antonio Pierce
You know
being
what
your coach.
news, great, though? The first year, total rebuilding and all
No,
that.
you gotta be a
And we're in the
Leatherwood fan.
playoffs the first fucking year.
Oh, and,
Sorry,
hey,
Joe.
something-
I'd take a stop.
Hey, you know what? Hey, something else I was gonna. Something else I was gonna mention. Part of me thinks that there's a good chance Minnesota might go the same route as Green Bay when it comes to their QB situation. Like, let Kirk Cousins stay there for a few more years, and
They
then
probably
draft
will.
yourself a QB
I
who
agree.
can sit
I agree.
behind him for a while before you call him up to be your permanent starter of the future.
Hey, Job,
I think
especially because
Minnesota
Jared
could be-
Hall definitely in it.
I think Minnesota could be a candidate for that Bears number 1 overall pick. To be honest with you,
Well,
I think
if
if
you're
they're
the
gonna go-
Bears, there's no way in how you can trade that pick to the Vikings.
Joe, what's
Why
your
not?
Minnesota spot?
Trust
You're giving your division rival the franchise quarterback.
You're
Minnesota
giving
might
your
feel like,
yeah, but you're giving your division
You know
rival a franchise quarterback, but you're also taking their first round picks for the next 3 years and change. So you're building.
Yeah.
You're gonna build,
You
What you're
could
going
do
to
that.
get off of it is
for Minnesota,
giving them a quarterback.
and
in
here's
my
the
Minnesota
thing.
to move up from 11 to 1, they're going to have to give up such a haul, even like
That's what
more
I'm
than what
saying.
you're talking
Well,
about.
Like, I get what Ken's saying. Like it's
Yeah.
conventional wisdom that you don't trade that pick
Yeah.
right in the division.
No,
But I just think
But think about
unconventionally, I think
Yeah.
unconventionally, I think the haul that you're going to get from them trading 11 up to 1 is so
I agree.
huge that you're going to handicap their team for the next 3 to 4 years, dude. Like they're going
Yeah,
to
but if he's
get a
a real
quarterback.
deal guy, he can make up for that easily.
The only reason why I don't think Chicago will want to move that far down is because I do think they want to get Harris
hey,
or Rome, and
funny
11
thing about funny
That's the
thing
only
about
reason why.
Minnesota being a candidate for a trade is, you do recall a few years ago they did make trades within the division. Like they traded one of their picks with Detroit to let them get a receiver, and that same time they made a trade with us for us to get up so we could get our receiver.
Yeah, I know that deal with the
Yeah,
Lions.
I can
We
see
got
that
Kraft,
stuff, but not
we
for a
got Kraft.
franchise.
Yeah, because we got Kraft, Reed, and Wicks out of that trade from Lions last year. You know what? Guess what? They ended up biting them in the ass because those fucking torched their fucking defense.
Well, here's the thing. From Lions' perspective, they feel like Brian Branch has already been the star guy for them. So it's like, thank you, Green Bay, for giving us Brian Branch.
I'll take our 3 guys that we got: Kraft, Reed, and Wicks. I'll take all 3 of those guys.
Reed alone is worth the trade.
Yeah. Kraft,
You know,
man,
another
gotta give that
thing.
credit, man.
I don't know. I don't think it would be as smart, but another thing the Bears could do is just take Marvin Harrison at number 1 and then pick a quarterback at number 9. Like they get both things that they want.
That's what I think would be the smartest move to do.
Or trade down, trade Field.
Well,
Or since
my
they
only
have all
question
this
with that
draft
is,
capital,
if the Bears do
move up
get
from
that,
9
if the Bears
and get
do
your
draft a
quarterback.
QB in the first round, that only leaves the question of what do you do with Fields?
You trade him.
You trade him.
Oh,
You
yeah.
trade
what
him for a
everybody-
third-round pick.
What if they
That's
get
what all the
Marvin
experts are
Harrison
saying. The
Jr.?
Bears need to trade Fields for something.
What if they get Marvin Harrison Jr. with the first pick, like you're talking about, and they trade their other pick and they trade down and they get Bo Nix in the back end of the first round?
Or if they like somebody else at 9, Jaden Daniels might be available, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I know you don't.
I
I know
wouldn't
you don't like
trade down
Penix.
for- I wouldn't trade
but
down
they
for
could do
Knicks
that.
if you have a chance at Daniels or Penix or one of the other quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's other guys that are going to be available on 9.
Saying his name.
I
That
say
dude's-
they even got a chance at Sanders from Colorado.
Because believe it or not, people disagree with you.
Yeah, but it's the same conversation that we had last year when people are like, Anthony Richardson will be good. No, he's not, and he never will be. He will never be an NFL quarterback. Ever.
Actually, you know what? There was a 4 or 5.
terrible. He was not doing good.
No,
before
there
he
was a
got
4 or
hurt. He
5.
was
Nick,
horrible.
Yes,
Nick,
he
I was
was.
watching.
I had him in fantasy. He was
There was
killing
a 4 or
it.
5 game stretch where he was playing good ball, man.
He had
Dude,
a
I'll pop
full
the stats.
game where he
Richardson
played
was
with like
killing it.
90 yards. You know that, right? He had like a full game with
Yeah,
just
I'll pull up
90
this stuff.
yards.
I'll pull up this stuff.
But then he had other games where he was balling, dude. He had
He
a
had other games
4
where
or
he
5 game
was
stretch.
killing
where
it.
he was playing
The
good ball.
Colts were like, we've got our quarterback of the future. I guarantee you that's what they were
Then
thinking.
Jordan Love is God because that's not balling. That dude was not
Hold on.
balling.
I got you. You're right. He had that one game he had 98 yards. He also had hold on, I'm pulling up his other stuff. He had another game where he had
Look, they're disbelief.
hold on. How many games did he play? I'm trying to pull up all of
He
his stuff.
played 3.5.
He played 3.5 games.
He had a 50-yard game, a 90-yard game, a 240-yard game, and a 210-yard game or some shit. He only had like 3 touchdowns. He didn't do shit. He was not
He had
balling.
4
before
rushing TDs in less than 4 games and 3 TDs
Well,
and
you
only
know
1
what?
pick.
Tell the Bears
So he had
about rushing
7 TDs.
and how great that is. I'd rather have the passing TDs all
He
day.
still was averaging in his first 4 games. He was at 60% completion, so it's still better than Fields. It was pretty good, man. Especially
I
like
think that's good.
he only took
That's not
7
saying
sacks.
much.
It's not that bad.
Hey Nick,
pretty
nobody's
good.
saying that.
For a
Nobody's
Colts-
saying that he was an All-Pro. We're saying that he was showing promise.
Yeah.
It was looking like
averaging
he
a
was gonna-
averaging a
it was
passing
looking
TD
like
per
he was
game.
going to
and
be a
just-
good pick for the Colts.
If
I
throwing,
watched
He's
early
averaging
in the
2
season
TDs
and
a
I
game.
said
That's
to
pretty
myself,
good.
"Oh man, it looks like the dude's going to pan out."
In his first
When I was
less than
watching
4
him play
games
early
to
in
do
the
that.
season, I said to myself, "Man, the Colts might have hit on him, dude." Like, because he
Hell
was a
no.
huge risk.
That guy, I watched every single one of his games, including the game he got hurt. He was terrible. He was.
There's no more. There's no more Bears fan down here, right?
QB rating wasn't even. It was actually pretty solid. He was at almost 90 QB rating.
When me and John,
His first 4 starts in the NFL,
Dude,
and then
Aiden
you had in the
O'Connell-
run.
Aiden O'Connell and Easton Stick look better than Anthony Richardson throwing the ball.
Mm.
That's how bad.
I
he
like
is.
Richardson. I think the Colts are going to move forward
They
with
gotta take
him.
this
I know
for the
they're
win.
worried about his injuries. The only concern is his health. That's it for the Colts. I guarantee it.
And if he keeps running,
They feel like they're set.
to be concerned.
I could be wrong, but he
I
did.
don't think you're going to get a
he's
second.
wrong.
Hey, Med, I don't think you're going to get a second for Fields. I think you might get a third, but Estime from Notre Dame is the best running back in the class, and I definitely want him.
Last I checked was a bag of Doritos and a soda.
Ned's with you, Nick. There you go. He's like, I like
Estimate's
passing
dope.
TDs. I get it. But it
like
was
he's
solid passing production his first 3 games. So he didn't finish that
We'll
40.
just agree to disagree because I thought the dude was playing decent ball.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
his
watched-
QBR wasn't terrible. It was 45. That's pretty good for your first 3, just straight QBR. So
I didn't like what I saw from his passing game at all. But I mean, he's played 3.5 games. We'll see what happens in his next coming years. Hey, Janae,
Sir.
we want to hear what your husband has to say about the game.
Oh, jinkies.
What's going on?
So I just need to know if you bought knee pads for those wobbly knees shaking together for the fear that you guys got to remake in Dallas.
Oh God!
I do not have the knee pads, but I did get your quarterback some new cleats so that he stopped tripping over, his center.
got somebody from
You
Hawaii.
didn't have to go there. Give me my phone back.
Go Pack, go.
Rude. Watch your mouth.
What do you guys got?
Guys, I had a blast. I got a buggy. I'll see you on Saturday, all right? I'm back.
Cowboys
His wife is
win.
a Cowboys fan.
Oh, okay.
Packers win. You cook.
Okay, the Packers win. I will cook.
Here's a fun
You
fact.
will cook.
June 1st
You
of
will cook.
2023, the Cowboys
Yeah.
were exactly 10,000 days from the last time they won an NFC championship.
Okay, if the Packers win, I will grill. Let's do a
That'd be
correction on
good.
that.
That'd be great. Girls just as good, man.
Yeah, he makes a mean brisket.
I imagine he does. I love grilling
All right.
too.
I got a good bet for you guys. If the Packers win, you have to shave your eyebrows. If the Cowboys win, she has to shave her head.
No, not doing that.
Look at her face. We like to worry.
How about the pie in the face?
I love her hair too much. Nope. That's a news for me.
Let's go ahead and get the score predictions real quick. Let's do Cowboys and Packers, and then I want your Lions and Rams score prediction, and then we'll do our we'll head out of here. We'll do our last raw. So I'm gonna go with Ken first. You go ahead and give me your 2 score predictions.
Oh, for Packers and Cowboys, I'm going to say that love carries on Rodgers' tradition of pulling their hearts out in the playoffs, and we'll take it 21-17.
I like that.
What about the other game?
Oh, for Detroit and the Rams, just because I kind of like Stafford, and I hate the hate the Lions, especially this year, I'm going to give it to the Rams. And I'm going to say Stafford with the chip on his shoulder puts up 30 on them. And
That's close enough.
we'll say 24 for the Lions.
All right.
And where's
What
the
about you,
penalty?
Son Gordon?
Where's the fucking penalty?
He was already in motion.
I got Packers winning. I got it 34. I got Cowboys 28.
Okay.
That's good.
And I just think I think we're on fire. I think and those young guys don't know how to stop. They're going to pour it on.
What about the other game?
Well, I gotta go with Rams. I know damn well that Dan Campbell's gonna fuck it up somehow. He you know what I mean? His ego gets in front of him, and then he's gonna blow it. So yeah, I gotta go with the Rams. I got Rams 24-17.
Ooh, all right. Let's go with Janae, and if Janae's husband wants to give score predictions, y'all can do that too. We're doing
Isaac, you
Packers,
want to give the score
Cowboys.
prediction?
And
Yeah,
Packers,
Cowboys 100 and Packers 10.
Boy,
Did you just say a minus 100? Minus 100?
He's at 100. Oh yeah, he's
his whiskey kicking in. Y'all don't pay him no mind. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Packers 30, Cowboys 22. I'm gonna have to go with Detroit 30 points, and the Rams 29.
okay.
Good.
A-Dub, what about you? The golf folds.
I say 28-24 Green Bay against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Rams and Lions, sorry, but I think the Lions might take this one.
Yeah.
I say it might be 24-20. Detroit.
Okay. Rob, what do you got?
Well, we're smoking the Cowboys, 30-26. It's gonna be closer because they're gonna have garbage time points, but we're gonna smoke them, put them in check. At halftime, it's gonna be they're gonna want to quit.
Hey, don't forget, Watson's coming back. Watson's coming back, and look what last year he did to him.
You're always welcome on, man. You and Isaac can come on anytime you want. What about the Rams and the Lions game?
And as far as the Rams-Lions game goes, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to a field goal, like 31-28. But I'm going to give it to the Rams. I think they're going to pull it out. Stafford knows he knows Detroit. He's been there, so he's not worried or worried by their home field advantage. So,
all right.
I mean, I think also too, like you said, he is going in there with a chip on his shoulder. But I don't know. I think Detroit might pull the upset though, because they hungry.
We'll see. It could go either way.
It could go either way. It's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they can't eat fucking kneecaps because they fucking ain't good enough.
Well, my thought process about how that game goes down is who's going to be the better quarterback between Jared Goff and Stafford.
That's true.
Thanks for being on.
That's why I say Stafford's not going to be. He's not going to be taken by their home field advantage. He's been there. He's been in that house. He's not going to be. I think he's going to beat Goff.
I'm going to go.
We could say the same thing with Jared Goff. Like Goff knows the Rams just as well himself, having played with them for a long time.
I'm going to go with Cowboys 29, Packers 20. I think Green Bay is going to score 3 touchdowns, but we will go for 2 to make it 22-29, and we won't get it. So it'll be 29-20. We'll end up losing to the Cowboys. And I already said I think the Lions are going to win 33-30 against the Rams.
All right. You're the only one who didn't go with the double upset, Nick.
Yep, I don't see it. I think that we're going to show this year in this playoff game that we can compete with teams like that. And then it's going to be next year, we're going to get to the playoffs and be an actual, like, oh, shit, you don't want to play them because they're like a really good team now. And it's going to be that third year.
But it ain't going to happen that way.
It's going to be that third year that we're going to make the playoffs, and all of a sudden it's going to be like these guys are going to go to the Super Bowl.
So we're going to win. We're going to fucking 49ers. We're going to kick their fucking ass. And we're going right to the Super Bowl, motherfucker.
I don't even know if I want to.
Bam! We're in.
Dude, McCaffrey's going to have
First
like
year of Jordan Love. He's going to be a Super Bowl champ.
McCaffrey's going to have a mysterious accident before the game if we play the 49ers.
He's already hurt, man. He's already hurt.
If we beat the 49ers, I'm putting all my money on the Pack. I'm going to Wendover, and I'm going to put all my money on the Packers to win the Super Bowl. If we beat the Niners, we're winning it. We're winning the whole thing.
You get more money if you bet it now. You get more money.
I agree. If we can beat San Francisco, we taking it all, baby.
It would take
I'd
say a massive collapse from San Fran's offense and a bad game from Brock Purdy will do the trick.
Hey, the Lions game is before our game?
Yep.
No,
nope.
Lions, I think
the
so.
Lions. Nope. Actually, the Lions are the Sunday night game.
Oh yeah,
we play at 5:30 Central Time. I know that.
Why?
Come on,
Daniel says Cowboys by 3 and Lions by 3. 2 close games. If we keep it close, I'll be happy, to be honest. If we look good and keep it close, I'll be happy. Obviously, I want to win, but there's a lot more to this season than winning right now.
I think he meant Lions and Rams tie 3-3.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That must have been really good. Yeah, see, that's the problem. If Joe Barry doesn't mess up, I can't sit here and honestly say he won't mess up, though.
I know that's the Barry factor, but still, Dan, you got to go with how the offense is. Bro, every week we've gotten better.
And the defense is getting better.
The defense is. I gotta say, I'll give Barry credit. He's come around the last couple of games, but
DJ Moore. Defense
definitely has to show up, or we're going to get creamed. Like I said, defense is going to play all 4 quarters.
You could say with these past 2 games, it might be a matter of Joe Barry trying to do enough to keep his job.
Yeah, that's like I said. He knows his job is on the line.
Guys, we got our show now.
The greatest way to win this game ever would be if on 3rd down, Jordan Love threw like a 30-yard pass to get us into field goal range, and fucking Carlson nailed a 50-plus yard field goal to win the game. That would be...
you doing too much. You doing way too much.
No, I want to see it end with either Reed or Bo Nix, or Bo Mountainside.
No, I want to see
Reed in the end zone.
Carlson 50-yard kick to win the fucking game.
I don't want the game resting on Carlson, no matter the amount of the kick. If it's a 20-yard field goal, I still don't feel comfortable with him kicking the Sunday.
Carlson kicks a field goal and wins the game on Sunday. If that happens, then Rob, you have to wear a bag for the rest of the fucking offseason.
How the fuck do I fucking get pulled into this?
Because it was your bet that started this.
No.
It was your bet that started all this.
No, it was your bet, Nick. You fucking started the bet.
You're the one that said that he sucks, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, that's right. He fucking sucks. He missed 5 fucking single points. He's missed field goals every week. Bro,
you can't do that against Dallas.
He needs to put a bag on his head. Maybe he'll line it up better. Fucking dumbass.
So, if he makes a field goal to beat the Cowboys, Rob's got to put that bag back on.
I'm not putting no fucking bag on my head for that fucking... I'm telling you right now, he can suck my ass. I'm not putting no fucking bag on my head for that fucker no more.
If he makes the field goal to win the game, I will buy his jersey.
I won't go that far. I'll wear the bag for a show.
Yeah, for one show,
but he's got to win the game. If he misses it all, no.
So Ken and Rob are wearing.
Well, don't worry, you're safe. He's gonna fucking miss. He's gonna miss, bro. He's gonna miss. That fucker, all he does is miss. I'll tell you, man. If he comes out and goes perfect through the playoffs, I'm gonna fucking go find him myself.
You
I'll put the bag on his fucking head.
You have to get a tattoo on your wrist that says Carlson if he makes it.
Carlson is my kicker.
Yeah. You have to get a heart of that in this inscription. Is Carlson's my kicker.
Never gonna happen.
And put it on your forehead.
Never gonna happen.
Can I ask you, do y'all think we should have stuck with Crosby? Honestly,
no, he was done too. He was done. He
was regressing and getting too old to me.
Because of this game, we actually, they would have won the game.
And
missed it.
The fact, and also
for the team,
and also
we needed him to make that kick too. That sucked.
Giants, yeah, with the Giants game,
him. I said him missing that field goal against the Rams was just a benediction for us and letting him go.
You know what?
They know better.
He didn't just miss that kick. He like whiffed it like bad. It
was ugly bad. It wasn't even close.
I'll take a pick six any day, man. Hell yeah.
If we pulled off of Al Harris fucking, goodbye.
Oh my God.
That would be perfect. A pick six off of Dak by Nixon. Oh, that would be beautiful.
Or,
So he
dude,
says
you know
Mixon-
who's going to do that? Jair will be the one
That's
doing
what
that.
I was about to say. I
Jair
want
will be
Alexander to
brilliant
do
as he goes into
it
the end
because
zone, bro.
he is going to love it in Dak's face the rest of his career.
You know what? I gotta see the interview after that because he'll be like, "Oh yeah, like I saw the football in the air and I was like, ugh," you know what I mean? He has the greatest interviews
Bro, that
ever.
video is so awesome. He puts the shades on, locks it down.
Yeah, he goes, just want to let you know the pack is back. Ugh. And he walks
Yep.
off. It was-
I had to be like, ooh wee, catch the ball, ooh wee.
that was awesome. Jair Alexander, first of all, he played good on Sunday. He actually played really well. He was everywhere on the tackles too. And one thing I loved is every time Justin Fields took off running, Jair was right there, and you seen him talking shit to him too. He's like, you better not come my way. Like you could see it, man.
He kept coming up to the line talking smack every time.
Dude,
He might finally be fully healthy to where we're finally getting the real Alexander.
Bro, we need him
back.
right now. We need him right now.
Owens,
Yeah,
man,
well,
he's stepping up too.
Owens,
think about this. There's some other guys you might need back that hopefully are healthy. I know it's not just Watson who might need to come back. What about Stokes?
Well, Romeo Dobbs didn't play.
No, it's done for the year.
He got
It's
hurt,
totally
so
done
I'm
for the
hoping
year.
he's good. I hope AJ Dillon can play. I mean, I'm not going to say that we didn't miss him last game, but there were moments where I was like, if we had AJ Dillon right here, he could just blast through there.
Yeah,
real
but
quick.
I think this week though we're gonna have Musgrave and Kraft. Musgrave's gonna be okay. They just threw a couple times to him just to get his feet wet. Now they can go. Okay, now opens the door up. Now it's like okay. I mean, and Kraft though, man, he blossomed, man, fucking through this.
Yeah, and then you know what was awesome? Musgrave caught the
Yeah,
ball.
I
to ice
called
the
that,
game.
buddy.
Yeah.
It was like
great.
I didn't see Musgrave all game, and then at the end we're like, okay, we need this first down real quick. Like we need this,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
Catches
Boom.
into ice the game, man. It was beautiful.
You know, it's not
Yeah.
like
'Cause I'm saying, I did call it for you guys that Tucker Kraft would shine given the bigger role that he got when Musgrave went down.
Yeah, I love Kraft, and I said it
Great
last.
blocker.
I said it last show. I wouldn't be surprised if Kraft was the one that was still the premier tight end when Musgrave's back because of everything he's done while he's been gone. That's not to say that next year that's how it'll go. I just meant in that game.
He's a great blocker, man.
I think next year we're going to have a bigger tight end package with those two guys, man. I think they're going to be the stars next year.
I see us being a very tight end heavy team.
And the crazy thing about Tucker Kraft is that I've seen a video where he was supposed to be comparable to Gronk in some ways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. Shit.
We need a big red zone. We need a hardcore red zone threat that people are scared of every time.
I was going to say, you're the way freaking Kraft talks. Of course, they're going to be scared of that guy in the middle.
Yeah,
he's a big dude, man. He's a pretty stout dude. That he moves a lot better than old clumsy feet.
I got to ask this question because I think it'll be really funny to ask you guys. But Isaac wants to know on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence in Carlson?
I
A 2.
Yeah, I put it at a 4. He does have talent in his leg. I will give him that, but he is not accurate for shit.
Bro, he's got leg, he's got power, but I mean, he
The
misses,
accuracy's
bro.
not there.
I mean, you cannot miss chip shots. You cannot miss chip shots, bro.
Extra points. No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just go for 2. Didn't play much to go for 2 for no on. Damn it.
I almost want him to. I almost want him to. Just keep Carlson, keep him warm on the sideline.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna say Anders Carlson. I have a 17. That's my confidence. In 17. That's his number. That's my confidence in him. He's gonna hit every field goal in that playoff game.
Oh, so you tell 17 out of 100 then. Okay.
Yeah, and he'll probably miss every extra point.
Do you know why he's gonna make? You know why he won't miss a field goal on Sunday? Because we're gonna score nothing but touchdowns on Sunday. So I'm not worried.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
That's so cute.
Hater.
I tell you what, if Jordan Love wins this game, the Bears aren't the only team that has a new owner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
We already own the Cowboys.
Yeah.
9 of the last 10 games we beat them. 9 of the
We
last
do.
10.
In their own stadium, no less.
Yeah.
We're 5-0 in AT&T Stadium.
Count them.
We're gonna crack that 16 game win streak. We'll break it.
To make sure we don't we go right through and win.
We're gonna break that streak. We're gonna end McCarthy's head coaching career. I mean, there's a lot of shit gonna happen off of whooping the Cowboys.
So this is actually something that was interesting. I seen this in groups on posts where people were saying, I don't want Watson to mess up the chemistry. But the thing is, there are a lot of times that I'm sitting there going, if we had Watson to be able to draw that safety deeper, we would have had a much easier pass on that. There are instances where we just need Watson out there because
We do.
have to play backwards with him.
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah. For me to feel like we need Watson out there, Watson himself works as that credible deep threat that you
He's got
love
the
to have.
speed, though. He can get away from people, man.
Yeah.
Bo Melton can do that too, though. Bo Melton's faster.
He's
Is
that's
Melton's
the thing.
been
That's
filling
the
that
thing
role.
about Watson. He simply has the speed to stretch the field at any time.
I think
I'm not
one
sitting
thing-
Bo Melton on the other side.
And the
Yeah,
thing,
but I
and the
think
thing
one thing
is,
with Melton,
I'm
because
sorry.
we haven't been bombing as much when Watson has been out these last few weeks, but I think a big part of that is because Watson is such a enormous person, even though he's fast, whereas Melton's not nearly as big.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's
that's
got
the thing.
size for sure.
And that's the thing. Watson's presence, when Christian Watson is out there, his presence alone will draw a lot of attention for other receivers to have opportunities.
Yeah. Who are you going to
And,
stop?
It's not like I necessarily disagree with what this says. Like, I get the, hey, I don't want, the chemistry that these guys built these last few weeks to get ruined because we insert Watson. I get that. But to me, it's a lot like we also need Jared Alexander out there. Even though Valentine and Ballantyne got a lot of chemistry together, we still need Jared
But
Alexander.
one thing about it, though, you guys, even
The thing
last
is,
week,
Watson's
they're
got-
practicing. They're practicing
thing is-
right now. These ain't playing. They're practicing. Still practicing.
And one thing is, Christian Watson's got plenty of chemistry with those receivers and Love.
Yeah, the start of the tear for Jordan Love, Watson was there with those guys, So, and you know what's funny? I actually, when I watch these guys on the field, minus Watson, because he's the fastest guy I think I've ever seen play for Green Bay before, not named Eric Stokes, or maybe Amari Carroll was probably the fastest guy I ever seen play for Green Bay. But when I watch the game, Jaden Reed looks like the fastest when it's in real time, on the field.
Oh,
He
yeah.
looks fast to me at
It's
times.
crazy to me on how fast he is.
Yeah,
That
that crossover.
52-yard wheel route, dude, he was jetting, man. But
Yeah, he was.
I'm gonna have everybody do their last sign off. We will be back Saturday night. We're just gonna have just Packers football. You know how it goes. It won't be open mic like it was tonight. Go ahead. I'm gonna start with Ken. Your sign off.
My sign off is that Love is going to have one hell of an outstanding game against the Cowboys. He's going to have probably, we'll say close to 300. I don't know if he'll crack 3, but he'll get close to it. But he'll have the 3 touchdowns. And then Rashawn Gary is going to go completely off, be in Dak's lap the whole game, and he'll have 3 sacks himself. And with Van Ness getting another one.
Van Ness with the first sack of the game on Sunday. That
Oh
was
yeah, I'm loving the way
Yeah,
Van Ness is
awesome, bro.
looking.
He
Devontae
set the
Wyatt had a
tone.
huge sack on third down, which
Yep.
was great to see. Kenny
Oh,
Clark got
I
him
love
for-
seeing Wyatt healthy again.
Yeah, Devontae Wyatt's been playing pretty good this year for the amount of time that he has been in. Go ahead, Rob, your sign off.
And it's been a great season. Thank you, Packers, for bringing Jordan Love in, finishing 9-8 with a winning record first season. He finished better than Rodgers did last year. I mean, everything about Jordan Love and this whole offense is going in the right direction. And whether we win or lose against Dallas, I'm excited. But we're gonna crush them fucking Cowboys, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go Pack, go!
All right. What about you, A-Dub?
I, for one, could not be more excited about my expectations being met with this team and the kind of year Jordan Love had. Like, I was all about the wait and see approach to say, give this kid the chance to show what he can do. And he definitely turned some heads and had a great year from my perspective. This season was successful in many ways to one because we got what we wanted when it came to seeing what we had in Jordan Love, and this team did better than what. And this team actually succeeded where Rodgers didn't from last season. So it's clearly so no matter what happens in the playoffs, it's clearly Green Bay has done everything it's supposed to do this year either way. So I'm more than happy for the future as well as how far this team can go.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Janae?
I'm proud of the progress that we've made because it was hard on all sides of the ball. Special teams, defense, offense. We're still making adjustments. We're developing stars, like I said. I'm really excited to see what our offensive explosion is going to do in the Cowboys game. I'm excited to see how many sacks Gary's going to get under his belt because we all know the man is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And not only is he a Packer, but he was a Wolverine. I thank you. As far as my judgment on Love, I feel like I can't judge him yet. It's still too early. Anybody can have a good season. Anybody can have a bad season. As far as Love, I'm just going to let him play. I'm just going to let him play and let him keep wowing me and let him keep showing me, what he can do, what he's capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to compare him to the two greats we have because guess what? One was better than the other. They always get better with time. Things get better with time. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that we should just let them go out there and play football and let's do the damn thing. I think we can take the Cowboys. Nobody thought we were going to be where we were. Nobody thought we were going where we were going. And one thing about Green Bay, we love being the underdog and we love coming out on top.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, go Pack go. I truly believe we could win this Sunday. The only thing stands in our way is us.
Yeah. All right. And then John Dorn, you know that you're always last on this segment. Go for it.
We're in the fucking playoffs, motherfuckers. You all fucking doubted our asses. Oh, you're going to be in the basement. You're going to only win 5 or 6 wins. Fuck you. You guys are all scared because we got a fucking third fucking Huff quarterback. That guy said he's a Huff right off the bat. First year, 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns. Goes to the playoffs in his first year as a starter. They're coming in hot. We just scratched the surface. That offense is going to get better and better and better. We haven't seen it with our 2 tight ends, with all our receivers. We haven't seen it. This is scratching the surface.
Yep.
Our defense is getting hot at the right time. It's going to get better. We're going right through. We're Dallas is a stepping stone. We're going to step right over them. We're going to kick him off to the side and say, you know what? He ain't nothing to us. 49ers, come here, boys. You're next.
I got a good bet.
Anybody else?
If we win, you have to come on here and say, go Pack go, and you have to wear one of my jerseys.
Boom.
You got to do it. Don't be a little punk.
Don't be a little punk.
If you win, I have to wear one of your jerseys again and say, we them boys.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
That's horrible.
All right.
We got
Let's
a bet.
hear it. Is it a bet? Oh, he still
You got a bet.
So, for mine, I'm going to go ahead and say, even though we're the underdogs,
that's a lock, Janae. Don't
I
worry.
think we're going to be the overdogs on that doggy style in the Cowboys, hopefully. I will definitely judge Jordan Love, even though it's his first starting season. I I'm okay with that. I would judge my own mother on her own parenting skills if I had to. Jordan Love, like I said weeks ago, how many weeks ago was this, fellas? Like 5-6 weeks ago? I expect Jordan Love in the upcoming years to be in the same talks and conversations as we had with Rodgers, okay? And I absolutely 100% expect that at this point. I think that he has the talent. I think he's shown us that he can do it. I think he has the right coach, the right team. I think that he's going to be great. So,
and Rodgers is encouraging him every step of the way. He really is.
Nice to see that too. That Rodgers isn't being a complete douchebag, you know. So
no, not like Farr was to him.
Yeah. And
Well,
and you know what's funny?
you know
Rodgers
what?
won against Jimmy Kimmel. He won that argument. Did you see the list that came out? I'm just saying, Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers wins that one.
Speaking of Rodgers, I'm curious to wonder who is his Jets supposed to play next year between the Bears and the Vikings, given how they had the same record.
Vikings.
Yeah, I think it's the Vikings.
Because the Vikings came in third in the standings technically, so the Vikings get to go see him. I wish the Bears played the
Actually,
Jets.
he's going to Minnesota.
If the Bears played the Jets next year and the Jets won and Rodgers just went, I still
Oh my God, that would have been priceless.
that would have been awesome, man. But, so for this very last part of my spiel, I just want Janae's husband to know that Jordan Love is getting a shoe deal now, and Dak Prescott's first in line. So thank you, everybody, for watching the Frozen Tundra Network. Thank you for being on, everybody that was. We will be back Saturday night, and everybody have a great night. Go Pack, go.
Go Pack,
Go,
go.
Pack, go, and hope to see some of y'all in Dallas this weekend.
Yep. How you doing, guys?